Welcome aboard the ship Octopod. I'm your Captain 7. I'm alone today because we are in Genshin Impact and version 4.5 has dropped. We've got new story quests to do, a new hangout, and Steve has not done those yet, so he's not here. That is so. Oh shit! No.
Tells me a new case
dummy!
is
I almost forget to put that on. I haven't streamed Genshin in a hot minute because there was nothing exciting going on. Oh, there's Lynette in the back. That's kind of sad. Oh nope, there she goes. All right, and don't ask why Sucrose is dead at my party. She doesn't deserve to be alive. But that's besides the point. Let's check out some new stuff. We got Chiori's the story quest, and we have Lynette's Hangout. I want to do Lynette's Hangout first. Because in the stream title, the cat lady is first, so we'll do that. I don't want to claim my keys. I keep forgetting. I see claim, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna claim the Hangout. Oh, look at the constellation. That's a nice little cat. Yeah, begin that Hangout. Checks and cats. So we're gonna be getting lots of checks and petting lots of cats. And before we begin, actually, let me... Okay, I sound fine. Let me... Oh, okay, a decision. Okay, you can hear that. Excellent. I always gotta check, just in case. So without further ado, let's go to the Hotel de Board. Hopefully we won't be bored during this quest. Oh, new TCG players available. Well, no. No. I didn't even do like the last set of people that showed up in the bulletin board in the Cat's Tail. I said no. Steve did it for me because I don't got time to just do the same thing over and over again. I only use one deck. Oh, hello, Lynette. How are you today? That cat had a bow tie. And now it's daytime. Is that Lynette with the little kitty? Oh, are they communicating because they're both cat people? Well, the cat's not a cat person, but you know what I mean. Meow. That's not a cat. Oh. Approach stealthily, I'm gonna scare her. Like a FNAF jump scare. Oh, did I scare you? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode. You made me jump there. I thought they'd finally caught me.
Made you jump? Barely, I didn't notice.
Well, my heart rate did. Jumped up a little, I mean.
Well, I don't have one of the heart rate monitors, so I'm not gonna be able to tell. So what kind of trouble are you in exactly?
Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making.
What did you do?
Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode.
I see, so they sent someone to find you and bring you back, but why? How dare you leave?
Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show.
And you're hanging out here with a cat instead of rehearsing? Oh, the lead role!
Is that so surprising?
No?
I'm always getting invitations to do solo performances.
Oh, that's cool.
I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontanalia Film Festival.
The one that Farina directed?
We took
in
all
that
the
one
kids
event?
from the House of the Hearth out to see a film. And after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them.
Well, he's encouraging, but your ear, it's so cute. I love it when ears flop, you know?
Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary who had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it.
I'll help you! So this is the dramatic debut of the magician's puppet, huh? Wow, that's really rude. Why would I call her a magician's puppet?
Yep, you nailed it.
Okay, she liked
I'm
it.
playing the role
She likes
of a
getting
puppet.
called a puppet. Wait, the puppet? She's the marionette from FNAF.
In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet, and it's a masked mime show.
Oh.
So I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines.
That's
Literally just a
perfect for
series of
you.
physical movements. The director
Physical
says
movements
it's a
of
very
jump scaring
avant-garde art form.
the security guards when the music box don't get wound up. Oh, that does sound very pretty avant-garde. But can people understand the plot? Yeah, obviously.
Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart. At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well.
Yeah, but there was only 3 people that perished.
At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, "Triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde," and stuff like that.
You sound really tired talking about it.
But being the center of attention is draining.
Yeah.
So the moment they
I
left me
hate
to
it.
harass the director instead, I was out of there.
For once, you weren't able to use Lydia as a human shield.
The other thing is,
I'll be your human
some weird
shield.
things happened while I was on the stage.
Oh, did somebody throw a tomato? I'm gonna murder them. Did you throw the tomato? Oh! Putting me in a tough spot here.
Sorry, Bonnie. I
Bonnie!
didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad.
It's very fitting, considering we're making marionette jokes because she's the puppet in the Lost Puppet musical, so the bunny has now become a cat. Oh, I take Bonnie's your pet cat in quotation marks.
No, we just met. We bumped into each other right after I slipped away.
Oh, you mean you met up in the parts and services room? And you already named her?
Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides, I think she's taken a liking to the name. Haven't you, Bonnie?
It just cuts over to it, jump scaring you and biting your face off, breaking down your door, trying to get in.
Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise.
I already know who the owner is. If their name is Freddy, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, they're not a stray cat then?
Nope. She's wearing a collar.
Oh, that's
and
a
for
bow
the most
tie.
part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long. Her stomach's been growling a lot. I guess she must have been missing for a few days now. As much as I'd
give
love
her
to hang out with her for
what
a
do
while
cats like,
longer,
fish?
her owner's probably worried sick about her.
Oops.
But the reception... I should probably show my face there again at some point. Even if it's just to make excuses and leave again. Decision time.
Well, that's what this hangout is for, to give us multiple paths. I'll make the decision for you. Is this a tough decision for you?
Well, I just find it exhausting. Thinking through all the different ramifications of different choices and so on.
The about plot of a hangout event, where there's multiple
unless it's
endings.
something really important, I usually just leave the decision-making to him.
But for once, he's not here when you need him. Bet that doesn't happen often. Where is he?
It's fine. He got Ferminate to make me a little something for just this situation.
Is it an escape rope like in Pokemon? You use it to get out of the caves?
Poof! A photometer.
Oh, it's a hat! I want to wear the hat! What is
It
that?
looks pretty over the top, I know. But it's essentially just a box of cards.
That's a nice box.
You
I
kept the
wish
design
all
simple,
boxes
so
looked
it'd
like
be
top
harder to
hats.
break.
I love top hats so much.
The way it works is, I pick a card at random, then look at the number on the card.
How does that help you with decisions?
Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception.
Simple, straightforward, but what if it's neither? What if it's 0? I guess 0 is less than 5. What if it's a negative number?
Bond between me and my cards, and my fate
I guess it's still less than
will
5.
reveal itself to me in numerical form.
I love numbers.
At least, that's what Linny said. Anyway, I guess I'll give you a demonstration.
No, but I'm the Fatometer. I'm the one that gets to choose which path we go down. You don't get a say in the matter. Shut up, Bonnie. I know your secrets. I know what you did. How many runs you've ruined. As Lynette attempts to draw a card. I don't know.
That. Was I using it wrong? Maybe if I just...
I love Black Screen Simulator. Like what happens when all the lights go out when you run out of power.
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
I feel like maybe this wasn't a design issue. Hello, Michael Camacho. Hello, how are you doing today? We're playing Lynette's Hangout. I was actually a little excited for this because I like Lynette as a character.
Let's see.
You were
Which card did I
good.
get?
Excellent. Glad to hear it. I'm also doing okay.
4.
4! You can only count to 4! Preparing for Arlecchino, yes! Yes, I'm, as far as I know, she's gonna use the Mentrissery Hunter set, however you pronounce that, so I'm gonna be in that domain from now until she comes out and has a decent set. 60k2 Primo's ready for her. Yeah, nice! I think I'm at like 35. So that's not too far behind. Are you sure about that? No. No, I'm not. That's just what I've heard. But even still, I need that set anyway. Less than 5, so that means no helping Bonnie! Oh no, I can't help the evil cat.
Well, the cards fell on the ground though, so I don't think it counts as fate. If you want
It's like 52 pickup with all the cards go on the floor and then you start picking them up one by one. I don't actually know how to play 52 pickup. I think you just drop the cards and just see how fast you can clean it up or something.
So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer.
Yeah. I think what Lenny really meant is sometimes you have to accept the answer you don't want. Sad Sam didn't get drip marketed. Yeah. But Boot Hill, though. Boot Hill. I like Boot Hill. He's not Skrulum, so I'm gonna skip it, but when he gets a rerun... Release bootleg character. No, Boot Hill. Not bootleg. Look, he's hot. I don't care what nobody says. He's got a hat. He's got pointy teeth. He's like part cyborg or something, so he's checking the boxes. I know nothing about him. Male Arlecchino. Yeah, similar color palette. Yeah, I'm here for it. I don't care. I'll get him after Skrulum.
Or... why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into you here, that means... our fates are, like, interfering with each other.
Alright, I'll pick a card. I'm a great magician. Oops, I picked the Joker card. Oh, what does that mean?
Here, take the Fatometer. If it's 5 or above, that means fate successfully changed.
Heard they leaked the Where the Waves release date. Oh, when is it? When do it be?
Also,
May 30th.
if you have your
Ooh.
own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it.
That's like in
Now that I've
about
got a good problem solver here to
two and a
help,
half months.
I don't need to
That's
run
not bad.
every little thing by fate.
Oh! Oh, so I could either just say, hey, how about you do this or that, or I actually use the hat. The day Genshin is dead, hopefully. Oh no! Well, I still hope it prospers. I like the story. But I don't wish anything bad on the other one either. Maybe they can just be rivals and neither will die. Or just be like the... Was he the... Not the Onceler. Who's that? The short one. The one with the bowl cut. I don't remember his name, which like, let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die. I'm gonna use the Fatometer.
Alright. Then let's see where fate will lead me.
Oh, tutorials 1 through 20. I will fail. Great. 1 through 20. Yeah, that's a 20. That's 21. I know how to read numbers. What are we feeling? Objective is 5. I'm closing my eyes. Did I pick one? I had 13! Realize Arlecchino is going to release on the same week as Star Rail first anniversary. Ayo! Oh, that's very interesting. I wonder if they planned that. Probably, because they're smart with their marketing.
So, we're looking for Bonnie's
Well, we're
owner?
gonna have a lot to do during that week, I'm sure. Oh, we're gonna look for the cat's owner. I have to ask about this deck of cards. What are your predictions for the anniversary? Because right now, I don't have anything. I haven't really thought about it.
There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5.
Ooh, we're doing quick maths. Be happy if I get a free hole. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll do that, or maybe at least they'd give us like a free 5-star from the standard banner. But if they do an event character, I don't know how that would work. Yeah, we'll have to see.
I should also mention, this time the
My
cutoff
hope
was 5,
is that
but
they'll really
I just
screw
set
them
that
at
to
that
wherever I feel
time.
like.
So I can start wishing for other characters, but if he needs to take his time to be on a banner, he can take his time. I will wait. You know this. Well, you really don't want to go back to the reception party. Can't wait for Genshin stands to be mad again. Yeah, that was my favorite part.
To put it in
Oh,
perspective,
no.
I said I'd only do the show if
Yeah,
I
I'm
drew
sure they'll
one.
get really spicy, like, the Genshin
They can be
anniversaries
pretty
are just
sneaky
7-day
sometimes.
logins, but Star Rail's gonna get 50 fates for each day or something. That'd be crazy. Meow, so how do you plan to find Bonnie's owner?
I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You want to come along?
No, I don't want to go
I
to the
think Bonnie
Steambird because
wants you to
Charlotte
come
is
with.
gonna be there and I don't want her to talk to me. I don't like her. I hate her journalistic ways. Sure, if that means I get to hang out with you a bit longer. By the time Genshin 4.7 releases, Wuthering releases, they can't catch a break. Yeah, it's gonna be like squished together between 2 slices of large bread. One side being Star Rail, the other side Wuthering Waves. And then Genshin is like the mushy chicken spread in between, slowly getting crushed. I'm sure they'll do something too. Probably entice people to come back like, oh, here's a fate. And then start dragging it on the floor, luring people back into Tevat.
Every stupendous day starts with a Steambird.
No, it
Oh,
doesn't.
hi, Lynette.
A stupendous
Hi,
day does
traveler.
not start with
What
a
can I help you
Steambird.
with?
Do you know what you just said to me, lady? I don't know why I got angry at her. We wanted to ask about the latest Tales of Humanity column. No! Any commissions about there being a missing cat? Would you be trying Wuthering Waves when it releases? Probably. It's highly probable.
I don't think so. Have you picked up a
Because
stray?
I've heard it's got a good story. It's got nice features in terms of the gambling system. So like, who knows? I'll probably pick it up. I might as well. I've got 4 gacha games I
Yep.
play. What's the 5th
If there's
one?
no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the missing cat instead?
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do. Just fill out the form.
Oh, I gotta fill out a form? I hate filling out forms. Shut up, Cat. I'm doing this for you. No, I'm not. I'm doing this for Lynette. You don't have a say in the matter. You can buy a Constellation 5-star at the shop. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 100% guarantee weapon banner. That's
we've
right.
registered you as
Yeah, I
missing.
looked a little bit into it,
You
and
can
those
stay
are
at my
like
place
the
until your owner
like the
finds you.
highlights of how the gacha system is less scammy, I guess we call it. Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to say thanks for keeping us company for so long.
Oh, no problem. I definitely was paying attention to what you were telling me.
Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception.
Oh, that's a really short
Hopefully
hangout.
most of the people have left by
Yeah.
now.
It took 20 minutes. Her Genshin is creating a user-generated content. What does that mean? Like how you can make mazes and stuff and let other people play it, and now it's gonna be like published for officially? Oh, like Roblox. Oh, well, that's different from what I was
If
thinking.
you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie.
Roblox.
There's a nice cup of tea in it for you.
Oh, I'll be there. Tea time.
All right.
Please, anything to
then.
get me from stop thinking about Roblox. I've only played Roblox like twice. I had the ugliest default character in the world. Oh, I changed the damn time. Oh no! I'd rather play Roblox than change the time. Fine, fine, I'll do it for Lynette. 7 a.m. it said. We're going to 7:07 because that's the superior time. If that happens, I'll personally drop in the game when I realize endgame will never be added. Fair. That is really that's a fair point. It's like we don't have a lot of endgame content at all. It's just the TCG, Spiral Abyss, and just farming for characters. Like, that's cool and all, but there's needs to be a bit more. I don't want Genshin to end up like Roblox. Yeah, I think that would just destroy everything. Unless it's like oh, what's the word for it? I guess monitored. So you don't, it's not just posting random shit. Like,
I believe this cat
like the one
belongs to me.
time I've been on Roblox, I've seen some of the weird just shit people have made. And like, that's fine, create what you want, but some of it a bit questionable.
I already told you.
Oh damn, this
isn't
lady's
your
got
cat.
drip! Look at the colors on her outfit! Jeez! You can tell she's a librarian! Slay!
Just take a breather, you two.
Oh no, they're fighting over the cat? I was promised tea time! Oh, now Bonnie's pissed off. She's gonna attack somebody. It's gonna be the bite of 87 up in here. What's going on?
Oh, you're here. As you can probably see, you'll have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you.
Well, we're getting a different
least
kind
for
of
now.
tea from these people.
This is my friend's cat.
I'll absorb the
He's
drama.
preoccupied with some important business, so I came to retrieve her in his stead.
Oh, the 2.1 Honkai Star Rail live stream is good. Yeah, it's when's it coming out? It's like in 5 days or something? I don't know, sometime soon. Like the teaser image that they like have on their YouTube is like, oh, it looks cool. I saw some weird cat thing this Saturday. Ooh, so three-ish days, I guess. I think I can't count in my head.
No, it's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society.
Why did you stutter? Are you experimenting on animals? I'm gonna rip your mustache off and sell it. I don't know who would want that, but I'm threatening you with this. Passive checks are special types of checks that need not to be actively triggered, but instead will automatically trigger at specific times. If you pass, you will find some hidden information, such as irregularities in a person's attitude or search an incongruous detail. Why is there a picture of Catherine here? That's an incongruous detail. She shouldn't be here. Check the man, gentle. What? The hesitation in his voice. It seems like he could be hiding something. His gaze keeps drifting off to the side. It's like he's trying not to draw attention to himself. By the way, are you getting Arlecchino? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm not guaranteed, I don't think. No. But I have the primos together. She's been one of the characters I've been looking out for for a while. I'm like, yeah. Yes. And her weapon is like a scythe thing. It can turn into a scythe or something, and that's cool. So I'm sold. Do I need another Pyro character? Maybe, but that's just the perfect opportunity to cross off the maybe. How about we let Bonnie decide?
Bonnie?
Yeah, that's the cat, you dummy!
That's the name I've given her in the meantime.
I get to do an animal handling check. We're playing D&D, but with cards. Oh. Yeah, I was afraid to ask if I could borrow some rainbow roses in your world. I have like over 300. I don't need to farm them. If you need some, you can come get them at another time. I gotta get higher than it. What number is that? An 8? Oh, it is an 8. Which one feels higher than an 8? You. 18 plus my charisma that I don't have. It's a +0. Bonnie happily runs up to you and begins.
Well, this complicates things.
That's one thing I need Genshin to change. Let me finish reading the thing before it moves on. Please. I don't read fast enough. Give me at least a few more seconds. It seems she likes me. My charisma's too high at a +0.
My friend's cat. It's normal for her not to
What's
trust
new on
me.
4.5? Haven't logged in for a while. We have Lynette's Hangout, Chiori's story quest, the new Chronicled Wish banner thing. And I think new people were added to the TCG billboard. It's kind of similar to like last patch, or it's less like, oh, we'll get an event, whatever. Something about Chiori and Kirara, I think.
Listen,
I don't think that's gonna open up for a few more days.
Okay? We've got
But for right now, it's just the story.
dogs,
It's a dead
cats,
patch.
You name it.
Well,
I'm not even the one
it could
feeding them
have
most of the
more
time.
life
you
to
can hardly
it.
expect the cat to recognize me.
For those excited for Chiori, it's definitely not a dead patch, but it's a little deceased. Now, what do you say? What? Something about society? Society. Wait. Stray dogs. Bongo stray dogs. No. Oh, no, anyway, that's a terrible joke. Then how are you so sure she belongs to you?
She just looked somewhat familiar, so I came to check, just in case.
You're lying. I don't like your ... dots in your sentence. You need to go back to the Humane Society because you are not a human. You're an alien. You're not human.
If she turns out to be one of ours, I'll take her back. Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in. If no one else comes to claim her, that is.
What's the Humane Society?
We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals.
I don't believe
We've been in
you.
business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
All right, Bernard.
The Humane Society.
Of course he'd be named Bernard because that's a type of dog, the
name
Saint
sounds
Bernard.
familiar. I remember hearing good things. You're the one in the Quartier Lyonnais?
That rhymed. I don't know what that means, but that rhymed.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, if it's not too much trouble, could I possibly take a closer look at the cat?
No! Get your filthy mustache away from it.
If it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs
This
to
is
this
like
lady here.
the
She
phone
would be
guy
the
of the
only remaining
FNAF
option, after
universe
all.
infiltrating the Genshin universe, and Bonnie's gonna bite him. Bonnie's the one that's gonna do the bite of 87, not Mangle.
It belongs to my friend.
I don't know who you are yet. With us here, keep watch. We should be fine.
Go on, Bonnie.
I'm glad they gave this cat a different meow than like the other cats, because when they meow, it's like oh, and it's like high pitched and annoying, and I hate them. But this one has a nice pitch that's not sending me into a field of vortexing rage. What, Bernard?
Oh, nope. Looks like I was mistaken. They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color. Deepest
Likely
apologies,
story.
friends.
Never trust anyone with lime eyes.
Well, I suppose this means I still have a
shit.
missing cat to search for.
My
Apologies
screen is
again for the
lime.
confusion.
Oh no! I guess you can't trust me. So is this your friend's cat?
Oh, yes, exactly.
You're lying to me too! This librarian's a liar. I don't trust either of them.
Wait a second. You lied earlier, didn't you?
We both picked up on it.
Lied? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
Oh, anyone with glasses is a liar.
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern, the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more numerous than you would think.
What are you talking about? The way I see it, you're conflating baseless conjecture with fact.
No. Given that your fingers are glitching through your dress, that is your tell sign that you are a liar.
Normally, when someone is called out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic. But your breathing pattern hasn't changed one bit. In fact, it's been strangely calm and measured this entire time. It stands to reason, then, that your agitated behavior earlier was all an act.
Ooh, got her!
If you're a bad guy, I'm sure you'll take off running the first chance you get. If you're a good guy, the most likely explanation is that you're a member of the Guards, or some similar organization.
Ooh, she could be undercover, is that what you're saying?
And you're basing this off of?
Your agitated pattern immediately stopping.
Intuition. Nothing more.
Lynette's a detective.
Intuition. Well, I have to hand it to you, Lynette. You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here, Bonnie was her name? Well, her owner is one of the prime suspects of our investigation.
I kind of read ahead and I thought she was gonna accuse the cat of being a prime suspect in the investigation.
A couple of days ago, our suspect got wind that we were on his tail and fled. That's most likely how he got separated from the cat.
Well, he's a terrible owner if he's gonna leave his cat behind.
I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird.
Oh, that was like 2 seconds ago. I guess
decided
it
to
was the
see if he'd
previous
come back
day.
for her. But it looks like I overestimated him.
I don't think I would come back either.
The impact of this case
The
has been
impact, the
huge.
Genshin Impact.
Marshosei Phantom, the Guards, and the Special Patrol have all launched investigations. If there was even the slightest chance that he would show himself, I had to follow up on the lead.
Oh, what's being smuggled? Drugs?
A new kind of illegal drug.
Oh.
Imitation synth.
It's like imitation crab, but evil.
We confiscated all the synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight.
That is true.
Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get their next fix.
It's like in Breaking Bad when they made the meth and then they didn't and they stopped and then they made it again.
And criminals are all too eager
You're
to
like my
capitalize on that
summary of
addiction.
Breaking Bad.
That was the impetus for imitation synth. Needless
It's
to
very
say,
gloomy.
the small-scale market opened up very quickly.
And watching all the episodes in quick succession, it's just piles and piles of gloom stacking on top of each other.
After the original synth debacle,
It wasn't a
put several
fun
measures in
time,
place
but
to prevent
it
similar
was like
incidents
a
from occurring.
time.
The perpetrators got smart, though, and shifted their sales overseas before those measures could kick in.
No, I don't know how
That's
to
when the
describe
imitation
it. Just
synth
leaves you
smuggling
with like,
began.
oh god, what's all this for then? What?
We only recently got word of the presence of imitation synth overseas. We managed to track down evidence of some early transactions. What we were able to find out, however, hasn't proven that useful given the amount of time that has passed.
How much time passed?
The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how we learned about Bonnie's owner.
It is Bonnie smuggling drugs too? Who would say exactly?
He's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. His name is Pierre. Pierre Lafayette, to be exact.
Have we heard that name?
Lefebvre.
She's heard that name. I don't know if I've heard that name. I probably have. Oh, Lynette's expression seems a bit unnatural. She looks bored. This isn't the time for you to be bored, Lynette. Please, get yourself together. The slight look of dread just crossed Lynette's face. Strange, she usually schools her expressions with mechanical precisions. Hey, yo, Mistress Ophelia! Yo, just pulled on the standard banner gun coffee. What's up? Oh, congrats on the coffee! I remember it took me so long to get one when he first came out. But how are you today? We're playing Lynette's story quest because it just came out and we're solving crimes.
The Marechaussee Phantom found him
And
in
this lady's
Poisson.
got cool drip.
In addition to the cat,
I'm
he
just gonna
also
say
had
it.
a pendant with him.
Again. Because I already said it once. Like, I like this part of her. He's C5. Oh, nice. You're good. Just got your nose pierced. That's right. The septum that I thought was the part on the ear, but it's the nose part. How'd that go? Did it hurt? Tell me about your pain experience, or if you had no pain at all. Oh, that's an egg and a ruler. I don't know what I'm looking at.
At first, there wasn't much cause for suspicion. A search of his house didn't reveal much to go off of either. The Marechaussee Phantom very nearly left it at that.
Well, they almost made a mistake.
It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lafayette family.
Not the
One of the
Lafayette
most infamous
family coming back
aristocratic families in
again.
Fontaine.
It was like a 5 out of 10. It wasn't bad. She pricked me on accident, so my nose was bleeding. Oh no! I went to Chili's with no blood nose. Oh no. Well, that's an experience of like, that's the like, what am I trying to say? An experience of, well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to make a welcome to Chili's joke, but it's not working.
Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point,
What'd you
however,
get at Chili's, though?
we
I
discovered that
haven't
he'd
been to
already
a
fled.
Chili's in over
Now the
15
guards and the
years.
Special Patrol are all searching for him.
And the last time I went, I don't even remember what I did. Baby back ribs! Oh shit! What animal is that at?
That's not possible, actually.
My questions aren't coming out right.
Has been gone for a long
Happy
time.
my TikTok's getting banned. Oh god, what's happened to TikTok? What'd they do?
Exactly.
They're like, there's
Many
too
years
many
ago, several
memes on
important members
here.
of the family,
We're canceling
including the
it.
patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown
Don't
origin.
say that when I'm talking to
Not
when I'm
one on?
running.
Family's power and influence took quite the hit.
Download the knockoff app TalkTick.
The family is engaged in all manner of crimes. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people waiting in the wings to take their revenge. And with the family
Or
severely weakened,
you can make your
they were
own
able to do
videos and
just
make
that.
your own
Most of
app.
the remaining family
That's
members
different from
succumbed to
TikTok, but
sickness
it's
and hunger.
only funny
The ones that
things.
survived are currently living out their days
aren't
under a new
cringe.
identity. Pierre is one of those very survivors.
Have you seen the new
He's been hiding
training
away in the
guide
Fontaine
thing in
Research
Genshin?
Institute all
No.
these years.
There's a new
His
training
true
guide
identity
thing?
unbeknownst to all. Until now, that is.
Is it really okay to share the information with us? I've not been paying
Well,
attention
my
to your
fellow guards
information.
told
There
me
are
all
things
about how
happening. It
smart
rates your
and
character
courageous you both
builds.
are.
Oh, we
And
definitely
I
have to
know
try
you possess
that.
a strong sense of justice.
Yeah, where is that at?
There could be a chance that Pierre or one of his accomplices
After this
might
lady stopped
attempt to get close
talking
to
to
Bonnie.
me, I got a
Now
new
that you've been
mission on the
briefed
brain.
situation, I was hoping you'd help us keep a lookout.
No, I'm not looking out for shit. It's in the menu. Oh, okay.
If I take Bonnie back to the guards with me,
No, don't take the
there's no way
cat.
Pierre will try and come for her. Not even the most daring of criminals would attempt something like that.
Yeah. So we should keep Bonnie with us for the time being, because the guards are evil. My Zhongli, Shenhe, Risley, and Yelan are the top rated. Wow. Well, I knew your Zhongli was gonna be cracked, because he is. Nice.
I have to admit, I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest chance, then it's worth a shot.
You only have one chance, you know.
I've got some other leads to follow up on.
And it tells you
If Pierre
like
does appear,
what weapons
please
are
contact
better
me
and what
right
else
away.
needs to be leveled up. Oh, that's decently helpful. So if you're somebody who has no idea what characters need what and all that, then pretty good to have. What's wrong?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
No, you're not. Your voice is breaking up.
It's just the head of the Lefebvre family. He was the eminent person who kidnapped me all those years ago.
Well, we're gonna fucking kick his ass and drag his balls down the highway.
It was at a dinner party. Someone tricked me into boarding the Lefebvre family carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home.
Oh.
But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened.
I remember that part in the main story where Linny explained it. So that's what happened. I'm pretending like I don't know.
Yep. Father was the one who orchestrated the fall
I read
of the
that as
Lefebvre
ostrich.
family. That's what led Linny and I to join the
Our
House of
Latina
Lords.
leaks are here. Oh, I saw the drip marketing. And I'm here for it. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready for her when she
After all
comes.
these years, I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre name again.
Cool and cooked. That's the expression we need to hear. Are you okay? What's wrong, Kat? Why are you having
Don't
input?
worry about me. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was just thinking about Linny. He's been acting strange recently.
I was gonna
He
say
avoids
something,
me
but then
for
my mind
days on
blanked.
end, consumes himself with
Something
some
about fire.
secret investigation.
I don't remember what
and
it
then,
was.
out of the blue, pushes me to do that acting job.
Without finally getting power crept. She had a good run. She had a long, long run of being #1 pyro person. But now somebody better's here. Somebody cooler. Someone hotter. Someone with a long ponytail and hilly churl hands. I hope we
Thinking
find out about
now,
what her
it's
hands be
almost
up
like the one
to,
I drew
because
from that deck of cards
they
was
cool.
part of his plan all along. He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case, I know he's hiding something from me.
no, I gotta go interrogate Linny.
He's
What?
really pulled out all the stops this time.
You think he knows about Pierre?
It's very possible. I'm sure he tried to send me away because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me. It wasn't necessary, though. Even after all these years, he's still as overprotective as ever. You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way.
Okay, we'll kick his ass. Along the way, are we going somewhere?
Yep. I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute.
Oh, I have a teleport over there.
Pierre. Just let me activate search mode, and then we'll head out.
Are you trying to help out Lady with the investigation? Sorry, I didn't let you finish your sentence. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Both, perhaps. For the most part, though, I just have the sense that something's not right. Something isn't adding up about Pierre's story. I'm just not sure what.
You gotta take the bull by the horns, right? Oh, the categories. Thanks for your input, Bonnie!
Okay. I'll write a letter explaining everything to the crew.
The Krusty Crew?
Done, we can head out.
Damn, gotta tell Eugene. Alright, the things in the menu. Training guide. Press to view possible upgrade possibilities. A bit weak. Try leveling up. I know she's at level 3. I'm not. No. It is. Level 90. No, why would I do that? Why would I ever level 90 Hazel? Not yet. When I reach 9,999 mats, then I'll start level them up. Memory, the Solid Pearl, Widsith. Yeah. Oh, yep. Yep, I do have this. Character talents. Everyone is at 9. Alright, how's Sigjo? He's looking good. No, it's just like, level them all up to 90, just do it. No. Never. More characters. Oh, they're over here. Hey, Venti, how are you doing? Character talents? What do you mean it's low? I'm not triple crowning him. He doesn't deserve that. Oh, Tynar is just perfect. They're like, yeah. They're all of them are like over here. How's Neville? Oh, not quite. Even Kave's fine too, and I just threw shit on him. Formidable, truly reliable companion. Wow. They're all reliable companions. They're all at the. Oops, Kokomi's not at the same levels because I have. It's probably because it's not recommended artifacts. I have a Deepwood set on her right now, I think. Yeah, I'm working on Navia. Albater. And you, and then Baju, and then I'll hate them only slightly higher. And how's Tartickles? Oh, he's slightly higher than the How about you? Okay. I knew you'd be low, I just wanted to see. And then he's fine. How about D-Luke? Oh, he's also good. Okay. Well, how is Fremine okay? He is not. His artifacts aren't even Pale Flame, or Blizzard, or Bloodshed, Stain. They're all pretty much the same. No! Damn. I haven't touched Kujo-Sara in years. Well, welcome, Fnatter Brownie. How are you doing today? Official good. Showing Leg is surprisingly fine. How about that? No, she's like, level her up. Well, I can safely say all the characters I've leveled up except the Traveler are pretty much on the same level between here and here. It's like, this is the threshold you want. Cool. Oh, I left it on the screen. Uh-oh. That's fine. And the purple monitor ain't her bad, and you know, of course not. Never. Things just happen. I can't expect them to be here all the time. Where are we going? Okay, back on track. We're investigating drugs. I forgot what we were doing. Alright. Oh, wrong way. Oh shit, it's Lenny and Chevaroos!
Lynette, you're, not at rehearsal?
No! They missed 4 streams ago. No, they popped in like in the last stream. In the FNAF Golden Freddy, whatever the fuck it was called. They popped in for a little bit.
You can drop
Sometimes
the
they
act,
got other
brother.
things to do.
In fact,
And
I
that's
don't think
okay.
either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me. You've never been able to do that, even when we were kids.
Get him, Lynette! Roast him!
That's why I tried to
Steal
distract you
that!
in the last mime show. But I guess you're just too good.
Of course, she's smart. She might be quiet, but she's
Care to
really
introduce us
smart.
to your new assistant?
This is Officer Shovras, captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. You may have met her already.
We meet again! I'm a robot.
Nice to see you.
I am neither the former.
I should clarify something. Mr.
I
Lin
just
is
wanted
here
to be
at my
a
invitation,
neutral.
not the other way around. To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything.
Oh, you're the leader here.
We've brought on Mr. Linney as a consultant in the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who used magic tricks to commit crimes.
Ooh.
I was hoping
He's
he'd be able
also
to
really
provide
smart.
some valuable insight this time around as well.
Are you here because of the Lufavari case?
So you've heard everything then?
Yeah, we bullied a man and a librarian-looking bitch and got information.
That's exactly why we're here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall
Oh,
of
there's
the
a
Lefebvre
squirrel!
family.
Kill it!
Some
Oh, it's
people
just
even
running into a
believe the House of
rock!
the Hearth was involved.
Ew! Oh, you think you're on a slide now, do you? This ain't no playground, this is nature. You're gonna get your face eaten by a wild fox. Watch
Whoever
your
was
back,
behind it all
squirrel!
was extremely cautious. They didn't leave a shred
It
of
ruined the
evidence.
scene. I can't look at
This very
anything
fact,
other than
however,
that damn
leads me to
squirrel.
believe it was
Oh,
indeed the work
leave.
of that
Get it out of
harbinger.
here. Stop. Stop scratching yourself. Go.
I took a look at the entrance and exit records of all the carriages that night.
Okay.
Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's ill will between you two.
Yeah. And like how there's ill will between me and that damn squirrel. It's just looking around. It's a spy.
Don't worry. I don't have any
It's
evidence
harvesting
to that effect,
drugs.
and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than anything.
Yeah. Can you shoot that squirrel for me, Chevros? Please. I know you got a musket.
I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling
It's leaving.
case.
Thank.
Nothing more.
Oh, it's still in the scene. Move. Okay, it's like in the back, but I can still see it. Oh, are you really teaming up with the House of the Hearth? We've teamed up with the House of the Hearth before. Are you really gonna judge her for it?
The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent.
Spill your
by
facts,
working
queen.
together, we can expose the truth as quickly as possible. You can hardly say that's at odds with the justice my organization strives for.
I'm assuming you wouldn't be opposed to some extra help.
Not at all. I was
Not at
planning
all,
to invite
boy.
you from the very beginning, Miss
Yeah.
Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
What, lady?
I'm not the same person I was back then.
That's right.
That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear. She doesn't need saving anymore.
I know you want to protect your little sister, but she doesn't need protected. She's an independent woman.
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Oh, and the next time you want to
Oh my god, there's a fucking squirrel
we
here
should try
too.
a
Has that
different
always been there? Get out of here! You bastard! Get out of the scenes! What do you want? You showed up behind Chevros. You showed up next to Linny. You showed up next to Lynette. Yeah, get the fuck out of here! Ugly ass squirrel. Oh, ruining
Who's
everything.
this? You pick up a stray while I was gone?
Yeah, we picked up a squirrel too. It's unforgivable.
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain later. Anyway, her name's Bonnie.
Well, if there are no objections, then I suppose the only thing left to say is... Lynette, Traveler, welcome to the team.
Oh, thank you! As long as that squirrel doesn't come with us.
It appears the Lefebvre
We're gonna
family
stay in
was very
squirrel
particular in
territory.
their use of insignias and emblems. The family would use different emblems to mark differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
So... Wow, going right for it, so that would mean Pierre is a bastard child. I've only heard that phrase in Game of Thrones.
It's highly likely.
The Traveler's
That very
living out their
status
Game
might
of
have been
Thrones
what allowed him
fantasy.
to emerge from the fall of
Even
his
though it's a pretty
family
common
relatively
term.
unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
We discovered something interesting, though.
What is it?
After talking to some of his co-workers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only. He's practically been cast out.
Wait, what happened? Did he blow up the research center?
Apparently, Pierre was
No, he
once
didn't.
addicted to synth.
Oh!
He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect.
And then he blew up.
He claimed it was just for research purposes, but the Institute revoked his access to the relevant materials regardless.
Well, I would do if
He
he's
was
just
placed on
over there
disciplinary leave,
making
pending a thorough
meth in the
investigation of
basement.
his actions. But it seems the Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre.
favorite game.
Unfortunately, that also included reporting
You
any
are
relevant
so right.
information to the higher
Welcome,
authorities.
Drew. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing today? You'll never guess what this cat's name is. There's a cat that's following us around. We're looking after it. You'll never guess what its name is. I'm sure they'll show it in a few scenes.
As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information. All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse.
Did you find anything useful at his residence? Did you break into his house?
Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson.
Well, then we shouldn't waste any time going
Based on
there.
the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, it appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored. Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would
Guard
miss.
poodles!
Pierre's home, though, came up completely clean.
The word poodles just looks really weird. It doesn't look like it should be a word, but it is. And I don't like it.
We didn't find any records.
Do you ever just
indicating
look at a
possible
word and be like,
involvement in overseas
oh,
transactions
I don't like the
either.
look of this. This is disgusting,
Marshall
but
Phantom
the
didn't view
meeting
him as a
itself
major
is fine.
suspect
It's
at
just a
first.
dog. It's fine. Some could argue poodles are ugly beings.
Maybe he had a
But they are
separate dedicated
snatched.
area where he made the imitation synth.
Well, his neighbors did say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson, but residents said they barely ever saw him in town.
So he's driving out to the prairies to cook his batches out there. And then he drives back home.
If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
You know, this is supposed to be Lynette's hangout, and I get y'all are important to the case. So can we, go investigate instead of standing here talking?
Poisson.
What is it, Lynette? Use your big brain. You're the main star of the show.
You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
Oh?
A cat? You mean...
Yeah, Bonnie. Meow.
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's right!
Well, we knew that.
When the Marachose Phantom
Like,
first
oh
tracked
my
him down,
god, it's
I
his
remember
cat,
there being
but
something
yeah,
about a
we
cat in their
figured. We
report.
put that together.
So this is her?
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out
We could
without a
use the cat
purpose.
as like a bloodhound so
what
it
you're
can sniff
saying,
out.
Lynette, is that Bonnie
the
couldn't
drugs.
have gone missing in Poisson. If that's true, then
That she must have wandered awfully after Pierre brought her to his secret base.
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Well, let's go. Let's go give that man the bite
Do
of
you think the
87
cat
he
can lead us
deserves.
there?
But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles.
Well, your poodles
How
are
is she
shit
supposed to
then.
understand what we want her to do?
I really want to pick a card, but I want I could give it a try.
Meow. Meow meow. Meow?
Meow, 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 meow. Not even bother reading those sentences, they go by way too fast.
Beneath the cliffs. The place we're looking for is most likely north of the Court of Fontaine.
Well,
That's a lot of
I've certainly never taken a
places.
witness statement like this before.
Well, just write down meow, and then you'll win.
Well, if it works out,
You can
maybe
submit
it's
that as
something worth getting
evidence.
used to.
Can Lenny talk to cats too? Has that
Cats
ever
and
been
humans
established?
are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact.
Well, I can't look at either and know what you're trying to tell me.
Of course, body language has its limitations.
Yeah, I can't put my foot
You're
around
not
my
gonna be able
neck.
to get across anything too complicated.
Yeah.
The important thing is that we now have a lead. Let's try and find a place that matches the clues Bonnie gave us.
We gotta go north. How No! No! Did you get for ruining my scene, you filthy animal? And now we're gonna talk for another 5 minutes. Meow, we
Seems
made
like
it to the
Bonnie's trying to
entrance!
take us somewhere.
Yeah, the entrance to the secret base. I'm glad we had, follow the cat, follow Bonnie. Stop blinking yourself, go! You think I ain't got time for you to wait around licking your own ass?
Gardamex ahead.
Look out!
You look out, shut up! Oh, good thing I'm well equipped with my dead sucrose.
No, my sword! I'm going in! Rain cutter!
No, I didn't charge up my punch, let it charge up good enough. That's fine. Why are there Gardamex here? Y'all. I'm coming to punch you! Right in the junk! How do you feel about that, Mr. Guardmech, sir? Get melted! Am I done? Where'd the cat go? Oh. Thanks for helping in the battle, you filthy animal! What? Okay, don't come up to the drug manufacturing place
Wow,
with me.
Lynette, you found
Just
this
stop
place
by
so
the
easily.
barrels.
If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the special patrol here and now.
Okay, can I join the special patrol?
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to poach her from me.
Well, that ain't never gonna happen.
Let's just focus on our search. There's a lot to investigate.
Alright, there's lots of bottles here. We gotta drink every single one and look at the side effects. Where'd Lynette go? Oh, she's over by the cat. Ugh.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right?
Wow, I'm glad they shoved so much text into this. It does not look good. They're gonna... Whatever, it's fine. He must have moved them, but carrying them all the way out here would attract way too much attention.
You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things. How did he get them here,
Did he
then?
float them across the ocean? Examine the barrels. Drink the substance within. The barrel shows signs of water damage. Dried up water stains can be seen around the circumference of the barrels. Can we measure the circumference? When will this game allow me to do math and measure circumferences? So he floated them down the river. There must seem pattern of to locate the water states. For some reason, they appear to be limited in the lower half of the barrels. The lids don't seem very tight, leaving sizable gaps around the edges, but there doesn't appear to be any trace of water inside the barrels. Maybe he saran wrapped them.
Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. Oh, a clue that I don't know what that means. I'm gonna go look at the drugs.
Aha! Just as we thought.
Oh, this looks like
is where the
5-hour
imitation
energy
synth was being
bottles, and
made.
that's like the 10-hour energy bottles, and that's the 24-hour energy bottle. That's dangerous to drink. If you drink it, you will be awake for more than 24 hours. It's an experimental concept, and it does not work. That's why there's a label on it that says, hey, don't feckin' drink this. Oh, these bottles and jars, they're all imitation synths.
Looks like he's got more than just imitation synths stashed around here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of 5-hour
In addition
energy.
to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents and a few drugs I haven't been able to identify.
It's probably bleach.
These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell.
Yeah, just douse it in bleach and you won't be able to smell
The
anything.
Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. I'm sure that was the case for Pierre as well.
Well, he thought he was
It must
sneaky.
have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
Personal use? I don't know. You figure it out, you're smart. Hey, looking at these sacks I see.
The material these bags are made of, it's quite rare.
It doesn't look like fabric. Looks like latex. This is the blah 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 blah. The magic pocket
It's
material.
the very same, actually. Romaritime flower fiber.
It's blue and
But
purple.
there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant.
So the dude bro put one of these bags on top of the barrels, floated them down the river so that the top half would only be clean and the bottom half would be water stained.
Even the
He made
strings
big
look
ones.
specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight.
Yeah, it's called twine.
I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well.
So kinda like one of those small sealed bags.
Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, it might be possible to elude detection for some time.
Ha!
But what could these big bags be for then?
The big bags
goal is
are
to
for
keep the
putting over
imitation
the
synth
barrels to
hidden and
float down the
sealed away,
river.
These bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
I've already solved it. I put the clues together. I'm a detective.
Based on the various ingredients
Hire
we
me.
found, this appears to be where Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth.
Wow, really? I wouldn't have guessed with all the drugs laying around here. Why didn't he just leave them out in the open?
It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
That's why the Mass Atrocity Phantom didn't find anything suspicious in his home. Because he was cooking out here,
So
just
then
like
he
the plot of
transferred the
Breaking
imitation
Bad, like
synth
I've been
into small
saying.
sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the drop-off.
Exactly.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him.
Are you sure about
That would
that?
potentially create too many eyewitnesses. The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles. But if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off,
Well, he
A
wouldn't
quick
do the
search would
drop-off
reveal
in the
everything.
city
That's
in
still
front
a
of
very risky
people.
operation.
He would do it conspicuously. Maybe put it inside a grocery bag. It's like, here, I'm here to deliver your groceries, madam. But he's actually smuggling her some drugs. Oh, what about if the drop-off happened at sea? Then nobody around would see him.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water.
Like that. I'm glad she drew a picture for me. I wouldn't have been able to paint it myself. Nice kelp.
If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
So we must have used something to tightly seal up the bags full of air, turning them into airtight flotation devices.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
I just imagine like basically a balloon stocked full of air on top of one of these barrels. Okay, that's not what I was picturing. I was picturing one big one on top of the barrel here, instead of like little ones around. But that's how it kept it afloat, so this half wouldn't have gotten caught in the water. Okay. I was close.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't rule it out.
But then, wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Barrels that float away get lost at sea. Like cats. You put them out at sea, they'll just walk away. They're like boats, they'll start walking on water.
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me?
Okay.
I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away, then why not a barrel?
You might be onto something there. Let's go get it. Alright, time to go swimming. This is our beach vacation episode. Except it's gonna last for like 2 seconds. And it's gonna end when we find the rope. Right, there it is. I found it. Alright, beach vacation's over.
This isn't the place.
How about on this rock?
This isn't the place.
What do you mean this isn't the place? Where else is there? Oh! Beach vacation is not over, and I hate how close we are to those evil stingrays.
Time to go up and report.
You want to take a picture of it, or nah? Nah, we don't need to take a picture of it. We can remember where it is, and hopefully it doesn't disintegrate with the rising tides. Hey, we found information!
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this.
Finish out that diagram! Nice.
With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
So he was crawling across the ocean floor underneath a rancid wrecked boat.
Let's talk this through.
No, we've
Based on
already
the
figured it
evidence we
out.
collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
Then why was the boat under the water? Why are you such a convoluted drop-off method, though?
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face-to-face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times.
But what
That
if somebody
way, the two parties
who
wouldn't have to
came
meet
saw
each
it
other.
earlier, that wasn't the recipient?
Well,
What
if
was he
that's
gonna
the
do then?
case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. 2 boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous.
True.
The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone.
He had an
The
accomplice.
floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation.
The cat,
in charge of transporting
Bonnie.
goods across the border.
That explains why we couldn't find evidence linking him to any overseas
Since
operation.
we've determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
That boat looked like shit. I doubt there's any travel logs.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for
What
the
if it was
transport
his own
and
private
docked
boat
along
that
the
he
shore
built?
rather than at a large port? If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind.
Have you looked into the ports already?
Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels.
Like
We
yachts.
also had port authorities keep a lookout for
How
anything
far do you take a
suspicious.
yacht out on the ocean? Can you just go anywhere?
Unfortunately, we were never
Or they
able to find
generally
out how
stay
they
in
managed to
the
get the imitation
beach
scent across the
zone
border.
area. I don't know. A small boat and a few barrels is gonna get you far.
You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit.
That's so
They must
skeevy.
have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections.
They disguised it as 5-hour energy. That's how they got it past the people. Then we can search for other clues.
Exactly. We can't let any
That's what all the other
opportunity slip
bottles
through
and
the
shit were
cracks.
on the crafting bench. That's
given
what
the
they're
amount of
there for,
ports
to
that could be
cover up which
involved,
bottles
we should
were
probably split
imitation synth and which ones are just regular 5-hour energies.
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
Can I go to the House of the Hearth with you?
I should also head back and update
No, I guess
my
not.
platoon
This
on
is
our
Lynette's
progress.
hangout.
I'll
I
grab
can't
some
hang out with
reinforcements while
Linny.
I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumiduce Harbor and see what you can find out?
Yep.
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You too.
Yeah, be our bloodhound bench. Now we'll just start interrogating every single person that comes across this dock. I'm looking at you, Irville. I think it's you. You better be afraid of me and my giant head.
Oh, Lynette, Traveler.
Oh, it's you. You
And
chased
Bonnie,
back
too.
out of your librarian
What
clothes.
brings you all here?
Why does it still say guards member? Are you not a guard member? I think you're in on it. What happened to Bernard too?
Did something happen?
Shut up! We're here to check the travel logs. You update them on the situation. It's like that one's small enough. You can fade to black
see.
really quickly. But the ones
Thank
that are
you
like
for
2
everything you're
sentences
doing for the
long.
people of Fontaine.
No. What are you doing here?
I'm in charge of guarding the port.
So are you now?
You mentioned you were after some
You sure you're
travel
not
logs,
part
right?
of the...
I can go fetch those for you.
Oh, I'm suspicious of you now. I don't trust you. You capsized the boat under the ocean. You did it. That way she can control the
Looks like I got
information that
another
she can
idea
give
of
us and be
work
like,
out of
oh, I didn't give you that. You can't know this. And you'll never catch me as the accomplice. Oh. Are they pretty hectic around here?
No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that,
They never wear
everything was
pants.
normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff.
Okay.
But things are much more complicated now.
With the
We
production
somehow let
of
suspicious cargo
drugs.
pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
In the bag!
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
We know your games.
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at
Like
least
shampoo
we're
bottles
supposed
that are
to.
1 gram above the limitation of
So
travel
what happens to the
regulations.
goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly.
Can we go look at them?
If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband.
Like rubber bands!
To the ship
You
they
can
were
make a
confiscated
slingshot with
from,
that.
instead of letting them pass through
And
the
like
port.
put a knife in there instead of like a pebble.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for all the recent activity at the port.
Oh no, and there's gonna be a page ripped out of that you stole! Thanks, Gerard.
Oh, you brought Gerard with you.
Oh, I pronounced it right.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me.
Like the drugs you were cooking! Oh, Gerard, you gave her away! Oh no, they're gonna fight now.
Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
It's definitely not the imitation synth hidden inside this cat. Could it be because we left the place where imitation synth was made?
Huh? We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us.
Cause it's in the
So
atmosphere,
there's
it
a
leaches
residue
onto
so
everything.
easily.
It's like
I
cigarette
just don't
smoke.
understand how the
Even when
culprit
you
was
leave
able
a
to
house
disguise
that has
the goods at all.
been smoke in it, it'll cling to you, and it doesn't let go.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
Well, then your culprit is a port authority, so they can get past the travel logs. You flip through the numerous logs, you notice several instances where the human society is listed. The name really seems to stand out. It's called Bernard. Not to be confused with
Humane
Gerard
Society.
the dog. You encountered that organization before, right?
Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as overseas adoption.
Adoption of drugs?
Ah, the director of the organization explained that actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So his organization
That's
offers an
a
overseas
lie.
adoption program.
This is the only country that has unique animals. Everywhere else that we've been to, all the dogs look the same. There's just been those pointy-eared dogs, but different colors. The cats, they're just fanging cats. They all look the same. But here are the dogs, the poodles. They are extravagant. We have floppy-eared dogs. They are nowhere in any other country.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking for Bonnie earlier.
That's right! Ah, it's me! The cat fled from Pierre. It looks just like a cat that the Humane Society's looking for. Could that really be a coincidence? It seems as if Bernard was also hiding something. He seemed so insistent, but only ran the cursory check before leaving like that. When he came looking for Bonnie earlier, he wasn't actually there to check if Bonnie was his missing cat? Or maybe he was there for some other purpose. I don't know, he's gonna ship it off to Inazuma, I don't know.
Have you figured it out too,
Or to get
Traveler?
rid of it because it's
The way the criminal
Pierre's
disguised
cat
goods.
and Bernard is evil.
When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
Oh, they're putting the vials inside of the animals and then like cutting them out or something, or making them barf it up so they can get their product. He was using the animals at the shelter to smuggle imitation synth.
Wait, what?
I put it together. I'm smart. You're dumb.
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant.
So that they wouldn't be digested. Oh god. Ew. Just imagine having like a big fucking latex bag in your stomach, it's just in there. That just sounds so disgusting to me. Oh no, I'm gonna vomit.
And there were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water.
So that the animals would be able to breathe.
Those drug shovers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals.
Oh, did they reach their hand inside them to pull out the bag? Ugh. So that's why they keep still in the floating barrels.
Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation
How
synth
big
at
are
a
these
secret
bags?
base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
That's horrible.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of imitation synth.
All these animals were filthy! They're stinky!
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious.
Why would you? That's
Even
not
if we
something a
tried to
normal
feel around
person
for
thinks
something,
of!
I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without. That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss.
Do you think Bonnie could have imitation synth in her stomach? I don't think so. She doesn't seem to be, like, hacking up a lung.
She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled.
Ooh.
Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the streets of Fontaine.
That would be bad for them.
If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
Pierre must have fled in a hurry.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here.
Well, this isn't
I get
about
the part about
you!
hiding the
Go
substance
put
in
some
the bags
pants
for kids.
on!
What did you call them again? Floating barrels? Why even put the animals in there in the first place?
To transport the drugs!
If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly?
It might
Why
leak!
not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
No!
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them.
And if any of the imitation synth leaked out, they also would have needed a lot of cleaning agents to get rid of the resulting smell!
That step would have
They
required a lot of
stink!
energy, as well as a certain amount of technical
I know what it smells
expertise.
like. Probably not
So, it was
pleasant.
better left to the more
Probably a mixture of like
experienced Pierre.
bleach and like Pepsi. That sounds rancid.
We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Well, let's go kick his ass. Gerard agrees. He's gonna bite her. Toy Bonnie's getting online. Toy Bonnie is here. Toy Bonnie is here already.
Then let's head
Trust.
to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice.
This
I'll bring a guard
cat,
to
his
speed up
name
the
is
process.
Bonnie. Well, the cat is gone. We gotta go to the Humane Society, and then we're going to get the cat to claw out Bernard's eyes. Where? Why are they based right here?
Off we go.
Okay.
The headquarters of the Humane
Spinner
Society should be
versus
somewhere
Toy
around
Bonnie.
here. Bernard could show up any moment now.
Who would be Spinner in this
People from earlier.
situation?
Wait.
It can't be. Well, I guess
guards?
no. Spinner would never put drugs inside animals, so it can't be this guy. That's right, Bernard. You're under arrest.
After him! We can't let him get away!
Oh no, he's jogging at such a slow pace. I'm gonna get you freak. Wow, he's really putting up a fight. The way he just stopped in the middle of the road. Shoot him! Shoot him! Damn, he did the Roblox oof.
Mercy. Have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
I already know what you did,
The
bitch.
Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Kick him where
Look, I
it
didn't have
hurts.
a choice,
Like I
okay?
said before,
My
take
father
his
cared about his
stash.
blasted animals so much he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son
Damn,
at all.
Oof is dead.
While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
Well, your name is Bernard, so do I need to say any more?
No one asked.
Like,
me,
shut the fuck
did you
up,
first get to
Bernard.
here?
You're gonna be dead like the Roblox oof.
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter.
Was it Steve from Blue's Clues?
It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad.
Oh,
It was only
Barney!
after a few such transports that I
And he's
finally
actually a big
understood
dog
what I
instead of
was
a
really
dinosaur.
transporting.
And looks human. He's like one of the Animorphs. See, remember that book series where it was the titles were terrifying, or the book covers were terrifying. It was just like an animal, and then like the 2 stages of them before it was the child. Clifford's dad. Oh God.
But then Pierre wrote to
Have
me
we ever met
saying
Clifford's
that we were
dad? I
already
think we've
partners
met
in
Clifford's
crime and that I
mom like
better
once,
keep
and she's like a
cooperating with
normal
him if I
sized
didn't want to be reported to the
dog.
cops.
But who knows what dad was? Dad was probably a velociraptor. Oh God! Why his face looks flat? He looks like a gosh dang potato in a wig. There was a hint of dishonesty in his trembling voice. He's lying!
You knew it from the very beginning, didn't you? The reason why you had to go through so many steps just to transport some animals.
I'd suggest that you confess everything right now if you don't want to add anything else to your list of crimes.
Well, he's already probably gonna get life in prison.
Yes, officer.
Wow, what a... what a chicken!
I would order wooden
It's
barrels and
Animorph,
flotation
yeah.
devices according to his instructions.
I never
and then
read the
load
series,
sleeping
but those
animals
book
onto a boat.
covers...
Once I sailed to the location
Those
he
book
provided,
covers,
I
those
would
are
dump
something
everything
else.
together into the sea. And a
It's
few
like
days
an
after
After
that,
Effects,
I'd
the
come by
program,
again in my
where
boat
you
and
take
pick
2
up animals
images
sleeping in the
and like
barrels. Once I had
like
received
make
enough
them
of
turn into
I'd
each
bring them to
other.
the harbor to be
But it's like
adopted
the
abroad.
middle stages of that transformation process.
That
Ugh.
guy Pierre, he was running the entire show. He set up all the meeting times and found all the foreign adopters.
Yeah. So
and
where is he
even
now?
supplied- Look, I don't know, okay?
Why not?
I've never ever met
They
him
had
in person.
my school
We've only ever
library.
communicated through letters.
I'm so sorry. I don't remember them ever being at mine, but if they were,
And when did he send his
I
final letter to you?
avoided them like the plague.
Just last night, he said that the Marechaussee Phantom is now after him.
Like
so
they
he's
would
planning
force
to
us
go
to
into
check out a
hiding for
book.
some
I'm like,
time.
bitch, I don't want to
He didn't
read.
mention
And
where
then I
he's
found the
thinking about
SpongeBob
going,
books,
though.
and I was
But
like,
he did
yeah,
tell me to look out
I already
for the
know the
guards.
plot of the episode, but I'll check out this book, even though this episode's in book form, and I already know what's gonna happen.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
So where's the letter now? Did you burn it?
I burned them.
You did, you
It was
filthy
on his
animal!
orders. I had to burn
Why do I
every
always
letter
guess
after
it?
reading them. I
My
wasn't even allowed
if
to
anything
share them with
happens,
the
my
rest of the
things are like,
society
yes,
employees.
fire, explosions, and you actually got it right. You actually predicted what I was gonna say and said it yourself. I love the plague. Wow. There's so many plagues.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
Oh.
No, I swear, this time I'm only telling you the truth.
This time, I'm only telling you the truth. Get off your high horse, Bernard. You're nothing but a dog. The plague is amazing. I hope you're not referring to the bubonic plague, because that was not amazing. That killed so many people.
Well,
But if there's
we
a
can
book
check the
called
truth
The
of your statements
Plague,
at the Opera House.
I
hope
don't
you
know.
know
I
what
don't
will be coming for
read.
you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence and the testimony you just gave.
So I'm glad this is voice acted, because
I know,
me
I know,
reading
I
is like
swear I was
listening
just telling
to an
the truth.
ostrich dig its head in the sand. Bernard looks like he works 13 jobs. Well, he probably does. Oh no, the bubonic plague, no! So many people died.
My thanks to you both. Had it not been for you, I really don't know what would have happened to this case.
The drugs would have come in. Maybe the bubonic plague would have also started.
Bonnie helped, too.
Yeah. Show Bonnie. Oh, they're not gonna show Bonnie
That's
usually
true.
when they talk about
It was
Bonnie.
all thanks to her that Bernard
Then
was
they
finally
showed the
exposed.
cat. Oh. They broke their story narrative. AKA the Black Death. Ooh. Very dark time indeed. There's the cat. There's Bonnie. Yeah, it's Bonnie. There it is! In its purple glory! When I first saw that name, I was like, bro. Because I was already making FNAF jokes because Lynette was in a play and her role was the puppet! In the play The Lost Puppets, I'm like, haha, marionette, haha. And then the cat's fucking name was Bonnie. FNAF reference! Bonnie suddenly runs and hides behind Lynette.
And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you two as well. Then I'll leave you be.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm
Just let me
tired
know
of
if you
your
find any
face.
other new leads.
You look like a hamburger helper, but without the help, nor the burger. Are you okay, Lynette? You're unnatural. It seems that Lynette has something on her mind. Probably what to do with the cat. Why am I smoking? Why am I steaming? Oh, it's because I was giving chase, I guess. Bonnie's gonna eat some fast cakes. Damn. Well, it hasn't had an owner for a few days, so it's probably hungry. Fast berries. Oh, I can't forget the fast pizza. I don't think that would be healthy for that cat to eat. It probably needs some fast fish. Something on your mind still?
It was obvious,
Remember the
huh?
podcast Faz in its name.
Even though it didn't feel like Bernard
You
was
can put
lying.
Faz in front of everything and
talking to him,
it'll probably
getting
be
an
in a future
stronger sense
game.
that something's
Like,
not
oh,
quite right.
here's the Faz burgers, here's the Fazritos.
We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way.
Well, it's been
Let me activate
about an
deduction
hour
mode
40.
And consider things again from the top to
It
see if we can find
was a long
anything more.
investigation. Yeah, my vision for the Fazritos. Definitely wasn't thinking of Fazbear Burrito, but that works too.
Is there still anything unresolved or strange that we should try to consider?
What to do with Bonnie? Oh, the letter. What we found in Poisson, Bernard's letter, the unexplained part of the operations of the trafficking ring. All of it! About Bernard's letter!
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter,
Faz everything.
Pierre stated
Faz
that
has
he'd
taken
gone
over
into
the
hiding.
world.
Is there something wrong with the letter?
Hey, yo, if they add animatronics to some part of Genshin, I'm not saying that they probably won't, but if they did, that would be really cool. So with their robot designs, that would be really cool. That's all I'm saying. What was suspicious about the letter Bernard received? Heck if I know! The delivery method. Oh, there's no ether voice lines? Boo! Faz salt. Mmm. Yummy. Did I submit? I didn't mean to submit it. No, I don't think that's right. Shut
There's no
up!
need to rush. Let's see if we can find.
Oh no, I missed my opportunity to be smart! Shit dog! PJ Salt! That sounds like a DJ name, like, yo, it's DJ PJ Salt up in the house! Oh, what we found
The
in Poisson.
Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefevre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation.
The pendant, that's right, he's a bastard. The handoff! Yeah, according to the Bernard, the trafficked animals were taken directly to Pierre's base rather than to Poisson. Why is Pierre a suspect? Because he's evil! I don't fucking know. Oh, it's yellow, so I guess that's correct. It's golden. I'm assuming that's right. Associate with the pets. And then I birthed an initial suspicion. Oh, is that correct? Submit conclusion. I did it!
Why would he leave such an obvious trail for us to follow?
I don't
when he took so
know!
much care
The
to
only
not
thing
leave
that
any
I know is
traces of
DJ
imitation
PJ
scents
Salt's in the
hut.
house! Oh, there's an unexplained part of the operations of the trafficking ring.
We've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking,
Which he is.
while Pierre deals with supplying the goods.
Yes.
Is there something else in this scheme that we're
That
missing?
the lady guard is a librarian and she's evil and I don't trust her. Feck, ledger, connections, ingredients. I don't know. Interpret. No, I didn't mean to make the conclusion. No, I don't think that's right.
There's no need to rush. Let's see
He's
if we can find any
DJ
other
for
suspicious points
Bonnie.
about this case.
At this point, Bonnie deserves it. I didn't figure out the case. I've disappointed Lynette. Attempt to close the case with my terrible deduction skills.
Now behave and follow me to the interrogation room.
I thought she said, oh, behave, like Austin Powers.
Ow! That hurt. Ow!
Wow, you're so pathetic, Bernard. Bonnie's in the bushes waiting to jump scare him. He deserves it! I'm gonna contemplate. They're about to leave. Is it really okay to let them go? No, current check bonuses. I'm playing D&D. I need a nat 20. Oh, which one's gonna give me a nat 20? +5. I have a +5 to initiation. Save us money at Bernard's. Oh, God. 5 nights at Bernard's. Me too, I love D&D. I love this concept, but which one's gonna give me a nat 20? Oh, I picked a 7. That's on brand for me. I failed my initiation check. Oh no. I haven't played D&D in so long. I miss it. We can leave Bernard's interrogation to the guards. Let's first rescue the animals at the Humane Society.
Is everything really over?
No, I failed my
I
deduction.
still feel like the relationship between
about
Pierre
to play
and
at this.
Bernard is
Oh,
not
about.
as simple as
I
it
don't know why I had
appears.
thinking in there. Where was I at? I'm gonna have to play it this Sunday. Oh, I hope you have a fun time. What character are you? What class? What's the concept? I love character creation.
Also, I've had this strange sense that something's off the entire time we've been on the case. And it has only gotten worse.
It's my arrival because I couldn't big brain it. We're making our own characters. Oh, nice. Most of my characters were of the Warforged category, so they're all robots.
No good. I've still got nothing, and I'm nearly out of energy.
Don't force yourself.
All right. I'll stop thinking about it.
I
for
think
now.
I've lost the case.
the
I've
very
lost
least,
my hearts with
we've made
Lynette.
it so
She
that no
hates
more
me. She's
animals will suffer
disappointed
like
that
those
I'm
poor
not
animals
smart.
And that's
Because
what I
they
hope.
were. I mean, what else am I gonna make? I had a rat guy once, but I never used him.
Let's go to the Humane Society and see if there are any animals left that might still need our help before my energy for today completely runs out.
Yeah, let's go there. Oh, it's a nice picture. We're helping the cat, and it looks like its ass is feckin' huge. Look at his tiny little head. Look at that guy walking in the back. He's so hot. Where's Steve Squibs? He couldn't be here today. He hasn't played these Genshin story quests yet, so he didn't want to be here to spoil himself. Let me review the initiation. I fucked up royally. Ending hints. And you seem to have some new insights. Yeah, please. I'm stupid. I haven't seen him in the basement. I can't believe you're still in my basement. He's unlocking a safe. Oh god, I don't even want to know what he's got in there. Okay, something on your mind?
We investigated.
Yeah,
Is
I
there
know,
still-
I know. I just need to not be a dumbass. Okay, what we
The
found in
Mara shows
Plazon. Bonnie. Interpret. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. The pendant, that's gone. I'm glad it's just deleting the ones that are wrong, because I would click them. Well, that one stayed, so... Okay, that's an association. I associate that with pet handoff. To make initial suspicion. The anime girls are there. Oh no, he's got a shrine. Who is it? Which one? Is it Hatsune Miku? Okay, that one's the correct one. That's the only one I got correct, I think.
Why would he leave such an obvious trail for us to follow when he...
Right, I got that one. But the other two ones, it's just a poster. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. He can have posters. I got a Bleach poster.
Bernard claims to have
Steve
received a
can
letter
have his
last night from
anime
Pierre.
poster.
In the letter, Pierre's...
Here's hiding something. Escape location. Interpret. Behind it is a secret wall! It's the secret wall inside the safe! Damn. What a convoluted safe. What? Oh no! Interpret. If the point of letter was to tell Bernard to get on his guard, then why didn't he also warn him about Bonnie? Oh, that makes sense. That's why that was suspicious.
If Bonnie had imitation synth in her body, then she was a liability that had to be recovered at all costs. But if she wasn't carrying anything, then it would have made sense to tell Bernard not to worry.
The secret wall is Herbert from Family Guy. I've never seen Family Guy. Who is that? Who is Herbert? I'm looking at pictures of Herbert right now.
And thinking about it, Bernard only attracted our attention in the first place because he came to look for Bonnie.
Herbert ice cream truck? What is that? It's some old man. Oh, okay. Well, it says he's a pervert. Oh, God, no! That's not good. God, the 3D model of him is fucking terrifying. I hate his butt chin. Oh, there's a picture of him with anime eyes. Somebody gave that to him. Oh, disgusting, Herbert. Alright, get this old man out of here. We are burning down that safe. Doesn't matter. Steve would never.
Could it be
It's
that
probably
the
in there
person
for
who
like
wrote
torture
the letter
reasons.
also knew nothing about Bonnie's whereabouts? Or they had a separate goal entirely?
Oh, that's not honestly part of the operation, blah, blah, blah. What did I miss? It's not the ledger. Ledger is wrong. I accidentally submitted ledger before. Connections. Communication. Nope. Handoff. Ingredients. Okay, what? Is there anything else that is difficult to explain? He's picking me up, well. He's probably like, get out of my basement, stop looking at my secrets. Let me interpret that. Any past member of the Lever Faye family would probably have a large number of connections outside of Fontaine. No! Bernard can compensate for his work after completing the shipments. No suspicious record would be left as long as he receives the funds from an individual rather than from the Humane Society. I don't know what any of this means. Pierre has formally reprimanded for his synth-related research and can no longer get any materials from the Research Foundation. And I gotta come before he beats me up, bye. Oh God! Well, exit the basement, stage right. I guess is that. I don't know. Ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay, she
according to
agrees with me. I did it
Bernard,
right!
Pierre also supplied all of the goods. But if the Marechaussee Phantom's records are correct, Pierre should have lost all access to the materials required to create the imitation synth. And the Institute has also not reported any theft of their stocks.
That makes it suspicious!
The final question is, why did I sense that something wasn't right after hearing Bernard's testimony?
Because Bernard's a
Even more so than
loser. And not the good kind. Oh, the truth behind his statement is Bernard's statement wrong. Both written letters and handoffs using flotation barrels are the method of communication has been intercepted. Okay, well, oh. The accomplice was never met. Bernard never met Pierre in person. Well, that seems like the conclusion. Pierre made such a operation plan, yet also exposed himself so easily to investigate things. Does Pierre have multiple personalities? It almost feels like the plan and the expose were done by two separate individuals, and Pierre was set up? Associate that the accomplice was never met because it's himself, but a different person of him? In him? There's still a third person out there. Even Bernard himself never knew that it wasn't Pierre that had been pulling the strings all along. It was someone else. Okay.
Deductive mode deactivated. I think we may be close to the actual answer.
Oh god. Well, why'd I say that? That's good. Close the case. Okay, Bernard. I know your secrets.
Now behave. And follow me to the
behave. That hurts. Contemplation. Okay, if I get a nat 1, that's the only reason I will fail. Don't get a nat 1. Okay, it's a 6. Plus all of my check bonuses. No! We can't let her get away! I knew it was her! I knew she was evil! I was right not to trust that bitch! Hold it right there, ma'am!
Is there something else you need from me, Traveler?
Yeah, hold it right there, ma'am. I'll be taking that. Bernard and Pernier, they weren't really acting alone, were they?
Huh?
I see. It all makes sense now.
It's her.
Hey.
You.
What are you talking about? Look, even our confessed criminal here has no idea what you're saying.
Because he's never met the person who's supposed to be picking up the things.
Because you've been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre.
Bernard thought he was communicating with Premier, and Premier thought he was taking orders from Bernard. But all this time, neither of them knew that a third person was you, bitch. You filthy librarian.
That never quite added up for me. Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and the pendant, and make them so easy to find for the Marechaussee Phantom?
Because Pierre is dead, and he wanted to expose this bitch. Any animals Pierre received from the floating barrel should have been taken directly to his base. And considering his precarious situation, the pendant should have been the last thing Pierre would leave lying around.
Both of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous and vigilant behavior. There's only one reasonable explanation. He was following orders, just like Bernard.
Ooh, she
He probably received the
played
following
him!
instructions right before
And
the
the
Phantom
other
came
one!
knocking on his door. Bring the cat and the pendant, and our undercover agent will be sure to help you. Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice him and Bernard to save themselves.
Oh, they were her scapegoats. They instructed the two men to communicate through letters and barrels specifically so they never get to meet each other.
What? You can't be serious. There was a third person involved?
Yep, and it's right in front of
If you
you.
focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only Bernard and Pierre were working together. The case appeared extremely simple. Bernard did the trafficking, Pierre the imitation synth production, drugging, and stuffing.
The stuffing. Oh, God. That makes it sound so much worse. With everything accounted for, the third person would then be cleared of all suspicion.
Wait. But that doesn't make any sense. If that's the actual truth, then as soon as Pierre is caught, he'll explain his side of the story and the third person will...
Well, Pierre is dead. You sunk his boat and killed him.
Yep, which is why The third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again.
She dissolved him in that one acid that gets rid of bodies.
Once they had instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base.
And then they ambushed Pierre and made him disappear.
Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such
They
a
took him to
sensitive time
the parts and
immediately made him a
services
prime
room.
suspect. Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him, all the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society and get Bernard to confess the truth.
Bernard would then testify that Premier, I keep saying Premier instead of Pierre, was the one who came up with the whole plot, and Pierre would have seen as having gone into hiding in anticipation of getting caught.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday, the one that made me think Pierre was still alive, it was also sent by the third person?
Yeah, you're catching on.
Is that what happened? I'll get back to headquarters right away and reinvestigate this case from the top.
Not so fast.
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. Someone among us,
Among
however,
us?
has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first meeting.
It's her.
They suggested that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family. But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter, rather than an illegitimate son?
Oh, Miss Elodie Lefevere. You've lost your mind. You made us think that Pierre was the evil one, but it's you. You filth.
Have you taken this joke a bit too far?
Yeah, that big prank, guys. Just accusing you of doing terrible things, smuggling drugs.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. There was a flaw in your scheme, and something didn't quite go as planned. Getting the Marechaussee Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan. Had they failed to take notice of the Humane Society, they could have cast a wider net.
But their net was small.
And you couldn't predict what they might possibly find, if given enough time. This, of course, was the main weakness of your plan.
And once the special patrol and Lenny got involved, it became even harder to control the outcome of the investigation.
As someone accustomed to acting from behind the scenes, you didn't want to take the risk of personally proposing a raid on the Humane Society. So,
we were promised a tea party.
So all of the suspicion would point towards
we
Bernard
just solved
and his society.
an entire case. A great option, of course, would be to also dispose of Bonnie and leave her body at Pierre's base in anticipation of a later discovery.
Once the Phantom expanded their search, it would only be a matter of time before they found Pierre's base. If a cat last seen with the suspect turned up dead at the imitation synth base, it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly how she had been mistreated and turn their eyes towards the one organization that has been sending boatloads of animals out of Fontaine.
However, something unexpected happened and Bonnie managed to escape in the chaos.
It was probably during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check if she had already been stuffed full of imitation synth.
That's right! Kick your ass!
Still, you soon found another opportunity. Before long, Bonnie had made her way back into the city, and even popped up on the steamer.
And then you freaked out!
Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to find us. Unlike Bernard, however, you were hoping that Pierre did have the time to make her swallow a load of imitation synth. While investigating the suspect's cat, we unexpectedly discovered that the suspect has been smuggling imitation synth using living animals as intermediaries. That was your plan, in any case. With that, you'd have been able to lead the investigation towards the Humane Society.
Well, Bonnie was very lucky, and you were extremely unlucky. You checked that right vent. Open the camera to wind the music box.
Was able to stuff her
Close the camera again.
Synth.
And there
That
it
part of your
was.
plan could no
Right in
longer
your
be carried
face.
out. But as shrewd as you were, you came up with another plan right away. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect.
You knew Lenny was investigating the case of Chevros, and you also knew of Lynette's previous encounter with the Lefevre family.
You used the Lefevre name as bait to get us to join your investigation. With 2 extra bodies around, the Special Patrol is sure to soon take note of the strange event of Bernard somehow having a reason to look for Pierre's cat.
So, what you're saying is, I went
She
to
likes
all
that. What
that
you're
trouble
saying
just
is,
for the
but yeah,
chance that
bitch,
you might
he
come
was
up with
you.
a suggestion that would lead you down the wrong path.
Yeah.
Of
Never
course,
trust a
you did far more
librarian.
than that. Just now at Lumiduce Harbor, were you not the person who highlighted the suspicious activities of the Society?
By showing us the porch travel logs?
Ugh.
Yeah.
You
You.
highlighted the Society's activities during your compilation of the logs, so they'd be immediately visible to anyone examining the records.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, the logs contained no records of the Port Authority's activities.
I love the sassy hand on
In other
hip
words,
pose. It's like,
your
yeah.
activities.
This is what we've deduced. Cope. Rip bozo.
And what are you trying to suggest with that?
You're guilty! I don't know what the
I am
question was.
insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for imitation synth from the harbor to a boat, and then sail over to the meeting place full of floating barrels.
And once Bernard had placed the animals in the barrel, you'd open the lid and also dump in the raw materials. As long as you did it before Pierre came for his pickup, they'd be none the wiser.
And that's how neither the trafficker nor the manufacturer knew there was a third person who supplied the raw materials, and surreptitiously operated between them.
First, you get in touch with both parties to secure the raw materials. Then you instructed to Bernard to prepare the floating barrels and animals. After that, you slip the raw materials into the barrels next to the animals and requested that Pierre pick up the barrels and bring them back to his base. God,
Pierre
that's such a
manufactured
convoluted
imitation
plan,
scent
lady.
using the raw materials you provided, stuffed the animals, and placed the animals back into the barrels. Having received the green light from you as Pierre, Bernard then retrieved his animals and shipped them out of Fontaine once he had received enough for a full batch. This is the truth behind your smuggling ring.
Whoopee! We solved it!
I never put 2 and 2 together.
How would you, man?
You've sure got an extremely lively imagination.
Yeah, and you have a bum thumb, so I don't want to hear it.
So what do you think she's going to say next?
And then she's gonna say, do you have any evidence?
But do you have any evidence?
Was that a JoJo reference? And then she's gonna gasp.
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we apply that to this case, we
Lynette
can also
is
think of a few
Joseph
places to look for
Joestar.
incriminating evidence. You know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found, so you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the investigation for good.
Well, how'd she kill him? Where's the corpse?
That way, you can also pin the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw materials, and even the Lefevre name on him. After all, dead men tell no tales.
Just like in the Caribbean.
But you still wanted to
The
appear as
pirate
if he had
movie
sent
with
that last letter to Bernard.
the pirate
So you
man
have to make sure
that's
he cannot be found until
dead,
after
I
Bernard
guess,
has
but now
confessed
he's
to the
not.
authorities.
And then they made 3 sequels, and like 2 of them were bad or something.
To do that, you either will hide his body until you found an appropriate time to set up a fake suicide scene, or you'll dump it someplace where it'll be hard to determine the exact time of death. Submerged in water, for instance.
Underneath a ship.
The location would ideally allow you to keep the body hidden for some time while also letting you keep an eye on it.
You could also keep him in a very cool environment to be handled later.
There are only so many options to hide a person's time of death, after all. As long as the Phantom investigates each of the possibilities in turn, they'll surely find Pierre's remains. Especially since, as the prime suspect who will now be taken into custody, you will no longer have the time to move him or set up a fake suicide scene to cover up the murder.
Ooh, got her!
How absurd.
Don't point with
Know
your
what grounds
crusty
you order my
toothpick
arrest.
finger.
Don't think for a second that your spouts of nonsense will amount to any kind of real argument. After all, I'm...
You're what?
Elodie Lefebvre!
Ah! Yeah!
Captain of the
Get
Special
her!
Security and Surveillance Patrol, I hereby declare you as a suspect in the case. If you have any objections, you may raise them later during interrogation.
You're here too!
That's right. We received a message from Looney
Well, the
Tunes Harbor
previous
that you
pose
were
was
going
so
to
cool, and then
investigate
they're
the
just like,
Humane
no, I'm
Society.
standing here now.
We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical moment.
We figured out the case! On my second attempt!
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting.
The body
Apparently,
was floating
you
to the
often used all
surface!
kinds of excuses to swap your shifts.
Oh!
And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society and those of certain foreign ships, they'd find them to be an exact match.
Damn, bitch didn't think of that!
That's just a coincidence.
A coincidence that happens every single time? No.
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes, that should be enough to warrant taking you into custody.
Don't worry. If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power to clear your name.
We're certified lawyers now. That was a laugh, not a huff.
Although judging by her reaction, I assume no follow-up from us will be needed.
No, we broke her.
The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and infiltration to achieve their goals. Who would have thought that they would have planted someone within the guards?
Well,
Judging from the timeline, they likely arranged for you to enter the guards before the fall of the clan. But they probably didn't expect you to turn it to your advantage and use your job to save yourself during the purge.
the purge.
Not only
That's a
that,
movie.
you actively participated in the interrogation, arrest, and judgment of the Lefebvres during their fall, thus clearing yourself of suspicion. You brutally and cruelly abandoned your allies as soon as they outlived their usefulness, just like a lizard cutting off its own tail in order to live.
Damn, that's
You've been
brutal.
doing this for years.
Yeah, brutal, lady.
So you played me like a fool after
Oh.
all? Ah!
Did she kill him? What happened? He was still talking when that slice happened. Bernard is suddenly knocked out by a sudden strike. What'd she do? I guess she like punched him in the
That
throat.
word you used? Ally? You think that someone as foolish as him is worthy to call himself my ally?
Damn, my laptop battery died. Then that would have been terrible. But it didn't. It's fine.
They were
That's my second
worthless
monitor
scum,
for those who
all
don't
of them.
know.
Not just Bernard and Pierre, but those Lefebvres too. They always just saw me as a tool.
Well, that's a shame, but you went on to commit crimes. You didn't have to do that. You could have just been a guard and not done evil things.
I lost all my chances of a normal life just because I was born into their
Well,
lot.
Eula was born
that.
into the Lawrence clan,
wanted me to
and
become
she's
an
made a name for
undercover
herself in the
They
Knights of
stripped me
Favonia,
of
so
my
I don't want to
name,
hear that
too.
bullshit. It may have been hard, but you could have overcame it.
I had to live in constant fear of them while they were alive. And even once they were gone, I had to continue to bury my heritage and my name. Always worrying that their enemies would come knocking at the door. Do you know anything about what I've been through over all these years?
Yeah.
My life as the last Lefebvre?
Yeah, well...
I don't, and neither do I care.
Oh, that was... I love that. She's like, nobody cares. And you can save her speech for the trial.
Are you for real? Aren't you a Lefebvre victim too?
Well, yeah, but...
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow of a
She
name.
has moved on. She has overcome that.
That's enough.
But this
Keep your
bitch is
hands
like,
where I
using
can
it
see
as
them
an
and do not
excuse.
resist arrest. If you have more to say, save it for the interrogation room.
What a joke. What a joke! Hey!
Do you have a bomb? What is that? It's like, Gary, I have a bomb strapped to my chest. It's gonna explode in 3 seconds unless you let me leave. And she explodes.
Don't come any closer.
What's that?
It's a bomb. Oh, this device seems a bit odd. I need to make a perception check. The small device that Elodie took out appears to be very crude, as if made from paper mache.
Know what this is? I've secretly planted loads of explosives in the Humane Society.
Well, it looks crude, so it's just a bluff.
One step closer, and whether they're cats, dogs, or just unlucky human employees, they'll all be blown up into smithereens.
Damn, she's crazy.
Surely, you bunch of goody two-shoes won't let that happen, right?
I'm walking forward. I hate animals. Okay, I can do deception, stealth, persuasion, or intimidation. Oh god. What are my stats? Can I look at my stats? I'm gonna do a stealth check. I love playing as rogues. I need a plus 15 with Lynette's stealth with a 6. 15 minus 6 is 9. I need to make a 9 or higher. This one. Oh! Got it with the 25! Check success! Without waiting for Elodie to finish her threats, we sneak up on her because she's blind and can't see us fucking coming, I guess, even though we're standing right in front of her.
Hey! Don't do anything stupid! Guards! Gardamex!
I guess we killed her. Before Elodie could finish her command, she was subdued by you and Lynette. Yippee! We knocked out a bitch. Maul her! Maul her, Bonnie! Do it!
Phew. So I was right after all. It's easier to deal with the person causing the problem than the problem itself.
Yeah, what about that device she had? It was like, it was fake.
This is it. Looks like it's just a toy.
Yeah, so she really was just bluffing.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the society.
She also pretended like she had a villainous breakdown.
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have gone to the society in person to plant explosives.
Yeah, where would she even get that from?
Thank you for your help, everyone. I'll take them back for thorough questioning.
I'll drag them back by their feet. Because they're both
I might
unconscious.
need a few statements from everybody. Would you be able to come with me?
Yep.
If statements are all you need, can Linny provide them on my behalf?
No, he wasn't here for half of what we did.
I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. I also had an appointment with the Traveler before we got interrupted.
Yeah, it was tea time. You mean when you can stop by your place?
Ah, so you do remember.
Of course I remember.
Yes,
You
I
said
invited
tea
you to come over
time.
to our place. Once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll make a nice cup of tea and bring Bonnie to wait for you outside of my door.
Nice. You don't get no tea. No, I thought those were just severed legs on the floor. I don't know why, but it's just unconscious people. I love that.
You can leave the rest of this to me.
Okay.
The other guards will
How'd
be
she
joining
get
me
the raw
shortly.
materials?
The materials have many other regular uses outside of being used to make
Okay, so they're
imitations
not
the
just like
Harbor would
contraband
usually just seize them
materials.
for some
Use their
time.
position to
Given that the
get
foreign
them and like
merchants who
rob the
sent it, we will,
ships
of
and blah blah
course,
blah.
continue to
You figure it
investigate.
out, yeah. Can I talk to Linny?
You must have spent a record-breaking amount of time in serious mode today.
I did!
I can't remember the last time I've seen you like this. Is it because of a special someone?
Oh, how did PR get recruited into the scheme? I'm not answering that.
Based on information that we found before, I'd assume that
ugly
the first offerings
shame.
of imitation synth came from what Pierre made in his early days. But since he was not experienced with running a clandestine operation, he was soon
clandestine?
discovered by guard Elodie. Elodie saw the opportunity to make a great profit in his work.
Okay, she just
and
used
perhaps
him,
she
and
started
she's like,
writing to him in
hey, you
Bernard's
should
name.
make
Unfortunately,
drugs.
Still,
Okay, goodbye. I'm gonna go recharge now. I'm stuck on a chair. Move! It's recharging time! Higher! Oh, I see my point of entry. Oh, there you are. You prepare 2 chairs. Excellent.
Black tea and a cute kitty. Truly the best combo for standby mode. Want some?
A cup of tea, please.
Mm-hmm. I hope you'll like it.
Are you not interested in any follow-up developments from the case?
Not at all. Information is indeed very important, but if you were to try to collect every piece of information you come across, your efficiency would actually decrease.
True, it's like you could do perception checks on every single plant in the forest, or you could just do a nature check to see if this plant in your hand is poisonous.
Plus, if you just think about it, what sounds more fun? Writing a statement or enjoying a tea party?
The tea party!
Great answer. That'd be my pick too. Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this.
We could have, but
But now, I'm
it's
running low
fine.
on both time and energy.
The key isn't about how long you spend in standby. With quality time, you should be able to recharge more quickly.
You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment.
When did you start to suspect Elodie?
Something about her rubbed me the wrong way.
Yo,
since
me
the very
too!
beginning.
It's not the
to be
fact that
more
I just
precise,
accuse everyone
it was
of
probably around
being
the time when I
evil
saw Bonnie
at
try to get away
first
from her.
glance. Back then, Elodie tried to get close to Bonnie.
Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her before at Pierre's base. Or perhaps Bonnie just instinctively knew that she wasn't a good person.
Animals have really good instincts. Like, they can, they'll just stare at the corner of your room because they see a ghost.
Not everyone who likes cats is a good person.
Exactly.
But if cats like you, you're probably alright.
Fair enough.
Humans tend to overthink things.
Yeah.
But cats rely on their instincts, and they're pretty sharp. I mean, just look at Bonnie. She took a liking to you the moment you met.
I'm a good person! Ooh! Yippee! We got tea time! Your story's come to an end for now. I think that was the big one, the main one. And then the other ones are just like, oh, if you don't do the case, you know. That's right, we got two. We got 3 more stories. We might even get. We might not get to Chiori's. What the hell is this? The decision. All right, let's. Oops, that's not what I wanted. All right, you can punch the air. I'm okay with that. I gotta get higher. Fine. But I really like the D&D aspect of like rolling the cards and instead of the dice. Yeah, attempts to draw a card and a horrendous grinding sound. Uh-oh, it didn't work. Yeah, fall out at random.
Clearly, there's some design flaws.
I feel like it's a design issue before. Let's count to 5. I can only count to 4. I think it's what I wanted to. I leave the razzle dazzle.
Here, take the also.
Okay, I did the fathometer. How about you do neither?
Huh?
If it was that urgent, someone would come looking for you. Applies to both you and Bonnie's owner.
What you're saying is, since nobody's come looking, I can just keep hanging out with Bonnie for a bit longer?
Yeah, why not? It sounds like a great time.
Is that really okay?
No, but it's fine. The cat doesn't mind. Persuasion check! Well, Bonnie sure seems to like the idea. I gotta get a 10. Damn it! Shit!
Maybe not. As much as I don't want to, I really should be getting back.
Damn it, I failed my check.
If someone does come looking for me or Bonnie and finds me just chilling out with a cat, well, I feel like I'd have a lot of explaining to do.
I suppose, fine. Alright, let's help Bonnie.
So, we're looking for Bonnie's owner?
Yeah. I guess. Does that put me on the same path? Because that seems like the same path. Alright, let's check the database. I don't want to repeat this. I thought we were gonna, like... Okay, so it seems like you do nothing leads to there, and then... The troop has the other two endings. Okay, so we need to... How do I cancel it? Abandon that.
Doing detect.
Oh, I need to get my the check right. Am I clicking it? Come on. There they are. They responded doing this. I have to get past this part.
I didn't like.
Yeah. I saw a
Clearly,
skip.
there's some design flaws to. Let's see.
Okay, we're doing neither.
Huh?
Can I?
What you're sick? Is that really okay?
Okay, I need to get higher than a 10. You. 3.
Besides,
No, fine. Okay, we'll go to the receptionist.
back to the drinks reception.
I mean, you clearly don't want to go. You could just.
Nope, I said it was your decision. I'm not gonna waste any more energy dragging my feet.
We'll
Besides,
get it next
the
time.
drinks reception is technically part of the job as an official publicity event. So, if I bail on it,
You feel guilty inside?
I might get sued for breach of contract.
Oh, that
and
would be pain.
a huge pain in the butt.
I don't like getting
Oh, one
sued.
other thing. Do you want to come with me? If you're free, I mean.
Sure. Then you'll have at least one friend there.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
I would hate to go to a party and not be the only one that doesn't know anybody. Mask. That's what the point of the mask is.
There you are,
Oh
Lynette.
god, they're twins!
Where did you
Why are they
disappear
evil?
to? Leone and I have
I don't
been
trust
looking
them.
everywhere for you. Wait, where did you get the cat?
It was outside! Fuck you!
I found her outside. Do either of you happen to recognize her?
Why are they twins?
Could belong to one of the guests, I suppose.
Ew. Why do you sound like that?
Fair enough. It was a long shot.
Well, now we just have a cat in here, hoping nobody's allergic because we're just drifting cat hair and dander all over the floor.
So sorry we couldn't help you, Lynette.
I don't like these
worry.
ladies.
We'll ask around for you. Leone's probably just
Leone!
being forgetful.
Maybe you could leave her with us.
No, I don't trust
We'll
you.
take her to the reception desk and see if they know anything. And if not, we'll just keep looking.
Sure. I would help, but I'm a little preoccupied. Sorry to dump this on you.
Alright, bye, Bonnie.
No trouble at all. We're happy to help however we can.
I don't like her either.
Also, if it's no trouble, I mean, could we maybe get an autograph? And maybe a photo too?
You're asking too much, bitch! No! She doesn't want to!
Leone, you can't spring that on her now. Not while she's working. At least wait until the event's finished.
These bitches are rude!
One last thing, Lynette. Director Mariu's looking for you. We'll take the cat to the front desk now. See you later.
Alright, bye. You're so popular, I know you hate it.
I'm not usually required at these kinds of events, so I don't even have an event mode. Alright.
Oh, better start
guess I
making
better go see
one.
the director.
Spectacular.
Oh god, he's a ginger!
masterpiece of mise en scène and the performance. Oh my, groundbreaking, dripping with je ne sais quoi. My congratulations on another magnificent show, sir.
Quarantine?
Yes. I, for one, was particularly captivated by the clearly allegorical narrative undertones. The lost puppet shines a spotlight on the
nerd.
impact of technological advances in our modern society, particularly as they relate to changing
don't
modes
need
of
your
emotional
reviews. I know
expression
Lynette's
and
great in the
challenge of
play.
mutual intelligence. Such a pioneering work, so far ahead of its time.
I know you. Oh god, this
I can
guy.
already see the headlines of tomorrow's newspapers. They will certainly be singing your your praise, Director Merriu.
He sounds familiar. Oh, that's
But
the
it was a group
director.
effort, of course, to convey emotions.
I bet
in a
he's
silent
evil.
show with no
Because he's got
facial
that look.
expressions.
That
The
smug
entire cast
look.
had to go above and beyond. Everyone truly outdid themselves.
Yeah.
Speaking of the cast, Jillian, another strong
Jillian!
performance from you
Like
in Director
Gilligan's
Merriu's
Island?
latest show, as of course we've all come to expect
I like
from your
his
newest
hat.
successful
I don't like
collaborations to
him.
date.
That's quite an overstatement. I've only ever played supporting roles.
On that point, you stated a few months ago in an interview that you were looking to secure a leading role in your next show.
It's never
What
gonna
led you to the
happen.
decision to stay in a supporting role this time around?
Some bitch showed up and took my job.
We had a discussion about this, and while Lynette hadn't previously performed in an acting role, we were blown away by her talent, and she was a perfect fit for this character.
Yeah, a character that is expressionless and just moves.
Quite simply, this was the role she was born to play.
She was born from
Exactly.
this role, and you
I was
aren't. You're
honored
too
to share the stage
happy.
with her. Lynette worked extremely hard in all of the rehearsals, and she's an incredibly talented actress.
Unlike me.
Oh, Lynette's back!
Yeah, she went outside for 10 minutes.
Hey, Lynette, where have you been?
Outside.
Were you in standby mode? Some reports say you switched that state to recharge after a show.
Ah, method acting, of course. Such a compelling
Who are all
portrayal
these
of a
critics? Who
mechanical
invited them to
could
this
only be
banquet?
achieved by an actor who lives and breathes their role even while off stage.
Those seemingly stilted movements were in fact an inspired portrayal of the character. The ostensibly bad acting, in reality, was the product of supreme acting skill.
Yeah.
Oh, I went outside and there was this cat there, so I played with the cat for a bit.
A cat?
I hate cats.
We've long heard that you are a kind soul, as well as an incredible actress. No wonder
Playing
your
with a
debut
cat doesn't
performance
make
has
you a
garnered
kind
such
soul.
popularity.
I fail to see the connection between those two topics.
This show looks on track to break box office records for avant-garde theater. Lynette, any words for the fans?
Not really, no.
No. Me when asked the question, like, I don't know, no.
I believe Lynette is trying to say that the act of performance itself is the actor's true means of connecting with their fans.
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to believe, buddy.
Oh, I see. Lynette, any comments?
No.
Right, exactly.
Just go along with it.
But don't you want the fans to know how you're feeling right now?
I
After
bet
the
she's
hugely
feeling annoyed and
successful
doesn't want to
opening of
be
your first
here.
ever show?
That's true.
I'm sure the fans would love to learn a bit more about you too.
How interesting.
Observe Lynette to see how she's doing and roll an insight check. I need a 10. Oh, I'm terrible at getting 10s. I wish I could just roll a dice, but I do like the cards. I'm so bad at my rolls! I can't tell. She seems fine. You dumbass. She obviously doesn't want to be here.
Lynette, how do you find acting compares with performing in a magic show?
What does the future hold for you, Lynette?
God, they're bombarding her with questions. I would hate that. He's like, I don't have a future. Lynette struggles to keep up as she inundated with questions. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just... Turns out I can't cope with this stuff even in tea party mode.
Tea party mode?
It's a power-saving mode for participating in conversation at tea parties. Normally, I can get through an entire conversation just with, Oh, that's true. And how interesting.
Me? Me in any conversation, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
But at a tea party, I'm not normally subjected to a constant stream of questions. The energy consumption of that interview just now was 3 times as much as the average tea party.
It's a big adjustment. Give it some time.
I think I'd rather pray that I never have to do it again.
Fair.
Lynette, Director Mariu would like you
Cyril!
to join the group
Isn't that
photo
that
to
one
commemorate
guy
the successful
from
opening
Fire
of the show.
Emblem? That was voiced by Griffin Burns.
A group photo?
Yeah,
It's just the
ew. I'll
members of
take
the
your
troupe,
place. I'll
along
put on
with
some cat
Malani and
ears.
Guantan. Everyone's waiting for you.
Alright then. See you in a minute.
My god. Stupid boy Ragnarok rolling low on his roll. And like, yeah, she's fine with this.
My thanks to each and every one of you here for your help in making The Lost Puppet a success. The group photo is already being printed as I speak.
Damn, you sent it off to the printer already?
You can collect your copy from the first floor after
Oh, I
the
guess there
drinks
was a
reception
printer in the
concludes.
hotel, I
May
suppose.
it
That's
serve as a
fine.
reminder of this fabulous performance every time you see it.
Mariu! Get over here. Let's have another drink. There's a few things I need you to glance over for me.
Wait, that means the reception still isn't over!
I thought the group photo was the final hurdle. Well, at least there's no more people hounding me with questions. I just need to find somewhere to switch to standby mode, and the time will fly by. I hope.
The rest of the hangout is us standing in a corner zoning out. Where's my standing corner? Is it upstairs? Yep, it's Sharu. Farina! Oh, what's she doing here?
Hotel de Bour's Ile Flottante is as
We
wonderfully
managed to get an
sweet as
invite to the drinks reception too!
Traveler? Lynette?
I'm here.
Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean, managed to get an invite?
Well, you didn't produce the Lost Puppet!
Of course
You
I
know
was
nothing
invited.
about FNAF!
Naturally, people wanted to hear my comments on the emerging art form that is the masked mime show.
So then what'd you think?
Remarkable, and a very worthwhile artistic endeavor. Exploring a character with no lines or facial expressions who can only communicate how they feel through their movement. Your performance was beyond anything I could have imagined, Lynette. Clearly, this was a very suitable role for you indeed.
She's been hearing that all day.
Basically, I think I'd give it a positive review overall, just not as gushing as the crowd downstairs.
So, you thought they were pretty over the top too?
You also thought the play was shit.
In fairness, it's normal to bring along some vocal supporters for publicity when a new show opens, but still, this was something else. Then again, I'm no specialist in avant-garde theater. Maybe I'm just not well acquainted with their review criteria.
We better get
Or maybe it's because I
Sword
came to the show
reviewed.
with some
Review it. No, jam it in your brain.
I did happen to see the original draft of Mariu's script a while back.
And it sucks, so I modified it all.
What original draft?
Ooh.
Oh? He didn't show it to you? It
Well, he must have been embarrassed
a few
about
months
it.
ago. He came to me to get some advice from an experienced performer's perspective, and then asked if I could write a few reviews of his new play. I had a lot on my plate at the time, so I had to turn him down. I only skimmed a few sections, but they seemed quite different from the final version. I can't say I remember the plot.
Ooh, there's
but
gonna be some plagiarizing going up in here.
I don't know. The protagonist just seemed more complex, I guess, especially in the last two scenes. Still a mechanical puppet on the outside, of course, but she seemed to have more emotional depth on the inside.
Just like the puppet from FNAF, on the outside is a hardened body and an animatronic put on the inside. Give gifts to give life.
Emotional depth?
Oh, I'm just thinking aloud here. Don't take it to heart. Besides, a script and a play are two very different beasts. There are so many fine details to consider when turning a story into a stage production. More than most people could imagine.
I've never been part of a stage production, so I wouldn't know.
Especially with a novel.
The closest thing I did was be in the art club to make backdrops for plays or whatever. And I didn't even go to it.
Change of topic. I see you've escaped the crowds to seek refuge on the second floor. Fame can be overwhelming at first, can't it? Perhaps you'd benefit from hearing about the experiences of a veteran celebrity such as myself.
I think she just wants to stand in a corner alone and not listen to anything.
No thanks, I'm good. Pretty sure this will be my first and last time in this situation.
Hey, at least let me finish.
No, she doesn't want to hear it, Farina.
Dealing with belligerent reporters, slipping away to hunt down snacks during the intermission.
Tell me everything.
Okay, you've intrigued her.
First, take a seat, mon ami. We must partake of Hotel de Boer's fine desserts as we talk, lest they go to waste.
You got her at the dessert. The three of you enjoyed some delectable treats.
That was very educational.
Yeah, the amount of sugar in this cake is off the charts! Woo! Educational isn't the word I'd use. They didn't mention acting once in that whole conversation! Well, she doesn't want to act, so...
I expect most of the people downstairs have left by now. Time to grab my copy of the group photo and get home.
And then they're gonna look at the photo and see that Gillian isn't in it because she doesn't think she deserves to be in the play. And then we're gonna inspire her to take the lead role.
Forget about me.
The photo must be in this envelope right here. It's finally over. Thank you for sticking around for so long.
Oh, no problem, man.
If it wasn't for you, I don't know how I would have standby moded my way through the last few hours.
You wouldn't have! Any normal person would find an event like this stressful, but enough to warrant Lynette leaving halfway through? When you left the event midway, what was the real reason? I mean, if you really don't want to talk about it.
It's fine. It's just... It was such a minor thing.
Was that bitch Gillian being mean to you?
While I was on stage, there was a moment when I felt like someone was looking at me. It was only for an instant, and I didn't even see who it was.
Gillian, I know who it was. That bitch wanted your role, and she's jealous that you got the role and she got a supporting role because she's a terrible actor.
I got a vague sense of it again during the reception. Like someone was giving me an evil stare. But I couldn't figure out who it was.
Gillian!
Normally, I'm used to lurking in the shadows on the stage and spying on other people. So, it was strange, feeling like I was the one being spied on this time.
Could it have been something to do with the original script Farina mentioned? Or maybe someone's jealous of you!
Or someone just took a disliking to me for no real reason.
What? How can anyone dislike
you?
you?
Like one person and dislike another for equally pointless reasons. Anyway, it was just a momentary stink eye, that's all. Nothing for you to worry about.
Okay, if you're not worried, I'm not worried.
Okay, problem solved.
And then you're gonna go home, find your house on fire, and we know it's Gillian who said it! Wow! Now I think that's a reason to be a little concerned. You heartless puppet, you ruined this work! Hand over the role of lead actress immediately! That didn't even rhyme. That was a terrible poem. This is why I can't understand poetry. You heartless puppet. Wait, is it 575? You ruined this work. No, it's a 557, ain't it? Hand over the role of lead actress immediately. That's 14. 5514. Is that a poem? Is that a poem? Proper poem stanza. Threat letter. I'm gonna kick their ass.
You destroyed this work of art. Step down from the leading role at once. Based on the tone, I'd say threat letter is right.
This is far more serious than a momentary stink eye. We need to get to the bottom of it! Examine the letter to see if there's anything amiss. Think back to what happened on the floor while we were taking some time out. Yeah. A lot of people downstairs. Any one of them could slip the note into the envelope. It's Gillian! All the envelopes were left on the table on the first floor, but nobody was tasked watching them. I could ask reception, but it's unlikely they saw anything. Examine the letter, see if there's anything amiss. The unsealed envelope contains a group photo, the threat letter, and some photographs of Lynette from during the show. This was definitely meant for her. The letter demands that Lynette step down from the leading role, but stops short of saying what would happen if she doesn't. Neither of us recognize the handwriting. It's messy. It's my handwriting. Oh no! Perhaps to cover their tracks, or maybe this person just has messy handwriting.
I don't think we're gonna find any more clues here.
Shall we ask Maria what he makes of? You have destroyed this work of art.
Yes, let's. Whatever destroyed means, it could have something to do with the original script that Farina mentioned. Also, I'm gonna have to ask you to stick around a while longer.
That is fine. I am committed. We're going to finish your hangout stuff today.
How well the whole Lynette's debut acting role thing worked out. Even the avant-garde box office is lapping it up.
Oh.
How could I ever have doubted you? If you hadn't stuck to your guns and kept sending those invitations, this opportunity would have passed us by.
See? I told you.
I thought his eyes were like all black
past,
for a second, like the whites of his eyes were black. I don't know why I saw that.
It turns into a big talking point.
Like I was just looking into the other guy's eyes and then switched to his and it just overlapped. I don't know what happened.
Imagine if you'd gone with Jillian, you'd have been lucky to get half the ticket sales you've ended up with.
True. Well, Jillian still needs to get a few
Jillian, it's not Gillian.
productions under her belt.
Oh, sounds like they don't like Jillian. Hey, sounds like you don't like Jillian.
Do you have a moment, Director Mario?
Oh,
you've caught us talking shit.
If it isn't the star of the show. We were just talking about you. Oh, and is that the legendary traveler with you?
Yeah, what about him? I'm gonna kick your butt.
I'm guessing you're here to discuss the show with the director?
Yeah, get the feck out of here.
Oh, you're a talented and hardworking actress, Lynette. It's no wonder you're getting such rave reviews.
Well, it just sounded like you weren't discussing that earlier.
I'll leave you artists to discuss your work in peace. Mariu, make sure you give your star performer and her friend your full attention.
I certainly will.
All right, get out, dude.
The fortunes of our entire
this is dangerous
troupe on
business.
her
I got a threat letter on our hands. Who's that?
Mr. Maloney. An investor or something, I think. I've never asked him.
So,
an investor.
What can I do for the two of you?
They brought that up for a reason. He's in
I'll
on
have
it.
To dash soon as I'm meeting some friends from the newspaper. Otherwise, I'd love to stay longer.
We won't take up too much of your time. It's not that important. Just a little threat letter.
We heard that the original script for The Lost Puppet was quite different from the final show. I'm kind of curious to know what the protagonist was like in that version.
Probably like Jillian, but then they changed it to adapt to her better.
Oh, well, this is a surprise. I didn't think you'd be interested in that sort of thing.
We have our reasons.
It's not uncommon for scripts to undergo major changes as they're being brought to the stage. But I'm afraid there's not much to tell you in this case. The protagonist has stayed the same from the beginning to end.
That's not what we heard from Farina.
A mechanical puppet with a bumbling body but a sensitive soul. A stranger in time who doesn't belong.
A soul whose spirit has not moved on because they're brutally murdered in a parking lot and then their soul merged with that of the puppet. Because it went outside and died in the rain.
There's no doubt about it. You are the protagonist, and the protagonist is you. The success of one is the success of the other, and that's what made this show an artistic triumph.
Sure.
Sorry, you've lost me. Can you put it in plain words?
You did good. You are the puppet.
All right, then. Delving deep in the search of core truths is the job of an artist, after all. You shouldn't give your attention to early drafts of the script, Lynette.
Well,
all it would do is sow confusion where you already have clarity. The current script is the final version because it is the best version, and your performance best brings that script to life. Why, if it weren't for you, I doubt any audience would give our show the time of day.
If everyone is happy with Lynette's performance, then how do you explain this letter?
What letter? Oh my goodness!
Hey, how to explain that, bitch? Are you gonna tell us the truth now? Here's the letter in case you want to read it again. Check his face. He appears surprised. He looks angry. It's hard to read, but the surprise seems genuine, okay?
Destroyed this work of art? Really?
Who else knew about the originalness of the play? Besides Farina, because I doubt she would write a threatening letter. She wouldn't bully Lynette.
Well, Director Mario, any idea who might have written it?
I think it was Farina.
No. Who on earth would write such nonsense?
We found it in the envelope containing the group photo.
Absolutely not. Without Lynette, this show would be over. Everyone's hard work would go to waste. No, there's no way that this is someone from the troupe.
Well, is there any way for Lynette could lie low until his case blows over?
Yeah, maybe Jillian could fill in for me for a while.
What? No way! Out
no
of the
way!
question.
Jillian
The
fucking
protagonist has
sucks!
to be
I
played by
hate that
Lynette.
dumb blonde!
Jillian can't... She's just not what the audience is looking for.
Because you're not letting her shine, or you just dislike her? His attitude suddenly changed and became a bit strange. His eyes are darting around and lowered his voice. Jillian's in the vase, so she's listening to him.
It's a competitor. Yes, this letter must be from a competitor of ours who's trying to get under Lynette's skin.
Who's a competitor? You said your play would suck. And it's not even that good. It's just decent at most.
You can't lie low. That's just what they want you to do. The moment you step back from performing, they'll put their rumor mill into overdrive and drag us through the mud. They're just waiting for their chance to kick us while we're down.
Are we down? I thought we were up.
A competitor? Really?
What competitor?
Definitely. Those lowlifes. Slander and libel are all their specialties. They drown out the truth with a flood of misinformation, and they stop at nothing once they get riled up.
You seem very familiar with these methods. Have you perhaps partaken in them?
There's so many of them out there. Fame always seems to attract haters, no matter what you do to try and keep everyone happy. But don't worry. I will get to the bottom of this.
Will you?
Stay strong, Lynette, and keep up the good work on stage. I have to go and meet my friends from the newspapers now, but rest assured, I'll be discussing countermeasures with them.
I'll plant bombs underneath their cars. Like, that's not what we're asking.
So, a competitor, huh?
Do you think that's it?
I kinda doubt it. We've dealt with those types before. Usually their goal is to steal our venue for their own show, or to cover up a scandal by planting a story to divert public attention.
Sounds about right.
But at the moment, I don't think anyone's got a reason to do any of that stuff. Let alone pull a stunt like this. A threat letter is quite extreme. Besides, when I felt that evil stare, I'm pretty sure it was coming from somewhere backstage. So that rules out a lot of people.
Was Gillian backstage?
I'm actually more concerned about Mario. When I mentioned Jillian, his reaction was pretty unusual.
So you noticed that too?
Especially since Maloney mentioned that the initial plan was to cast Jillian as the lead. Sounds like there was an original protagonist as well as an original script. I should probably go talk to her.
Do you know where she lives?
Yep. She told me she lives in the Flow of Sandra.
Why would she do that if she doesn't like you? It seems too obvious to be Jillian. Well, maybe they're setting it up to make us think that it's not Jillian and then have it be Jillian. After thinking it's not her. Because it might be her. Where does she live? Underground? Why is she up there? God. Why can't she be in a normal place? Hey, Jillian, I found where you live!
Lynette? What are you doing? You're not welcome here.
Well, bitch, I got a threat letter and it definitely came from you!
I've been to the Fleuve Sandra plenty of times before. This is the first I'm hearing about me not being welcome.
Things are different around here. You might be used to a crowd of bootlicking morons fawning over you wherever you go.
No, she doesn't like that. You've planted your own stigma about her.
Bootlicking morons?
She's got a bone to pick with you, I guess.
I don't know. I've never met this kid before.
Gina, stop that! Go home now!
Oh, that wasn't Jillian. I thought she just changed her clothes.
Jillian?
Are you her younger sister?
No, but how many times do I have to tell you? That had nothing to do with Lynette.
Okay, I guess Jillian isn't as evil as I thought she would be. Might have been this little prick.
Right now, I swear I'll never invite you to one of my shows ever again.
Jillian?
Get the fuck out of here, bitch!
Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it doesn't mean you're all that.
Alright, you pretentious little snob, get out of here. After a few more choice words from Gina, she storms off.
Gina's always been a strong-willed child.
Dude, beat her ass! So she was rude to somebody she's never met before.
It's okay. I have younger siblings too, so I get it. She's in her rebellious phase, huh?
No!
If you let angsty kids get you riled up, they'll drain all your energy. So don't worry, I won't let it get to me.
Well, this situation's a little different in this case, but still, thank you. So, what brings you to the Fleuve Sandra?
We came to see you and talk about what a terrible actress you are.
He said you were originally supposed to play the lead.
Maloney, huh? Of course he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
We hear all.
I'm sorry. I never mentioned it because Director Mariyu was very clear that I mustn't let any of it affect you.
Well, circumstances have changed. Lynette got this letter. Is it from you? Did you write it? Are you faking your niceness? In case you forgot, here's the envelope with the letter in it again. She appears surprised, but she looks sad. There's panic, no doubt. The sender thinks that Lynette destroyed the show.
I don't know, who would do something like this?
Feigning ignorance, I see!
Don't be scared, Jillian. Just tell us what you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try. It's true. I was originally cast as the lead in The Lost Puppet. I've worked with director Mariyu many times before, but only in minor roles. The audiences and critics never had much to say about me. Nothing terrible, but nothing amazing either.
So you're a neutral lackluster.
A few months ago, Mariyu started working on a new show, so I plucked up the courage to ask him if I could take the leading role.
And he said yes, and then you came along, and then I said no.
He was hesitant, but he agreed to let me try for the part. We did a few rehearsals, everything seemed to be going okay, but then...
There's been a change of plan, Jillian. The leading role will now be played by Lynette.
Well, that's kind of not nice. You already basically gave that role to her, and you just switch it up.
But she always turns these things down, doesn't she?
Well, she accepted this time.
And that's why we cannot afford to waste this opportunity.
No, you're...
Jillian, I understand how you must be feeling. But Maloney and myself have to do what's best for the production as a whole. Next time, the lead will be yours. I promise.
There's something fishy about him, just like, we can't waste this opportunity to get Lynette into our play.
I was incredibly disappointed at first, but I also know full well that I don't have Lynette's star power. Without Lynette,
she's literally just standing there moving around.
To pay money to go and see a masked mime show. And if the show was a flop with me in the leading role, how would I answer to the director and the rest of the cast?
You could have got fired.
Then I got to meet you on stage and found that you're really down to earth in a way that not many celebrities are. You were kind to everyone, and your performance wasn't bad. Whatever disappointment I had left at that point, I certainly wasn't about to take it out on you.
Yeah, you seem really genuine.
By wasn't bad, you mean it wasn't great either. So, I'm guessing Mariu changed the script to simplify the protagonist, make her a dumbed-down version of the mechanical puppet that I could actually play.
He did make some changes to the script, yes.
So you know the original script! How do we get our hands on the original draft? Who currently has it?
Jaik, one of the other actors. He likes to collect Dr. Mariu's old drafts because he hopes to be a director himself one day.
Well, he's a fucking nerd. He's not gonna make it.
I can arrange for you to meet him at the tavern.
Nice!
Makes sense. I always see him talking to Mariu. Alright, see you at the tavern then.
I'll be waiting there for 5 hours. As I'm at the tavern. Is it this chair? Which chair? Where? Higher? What? Where? I hate this place. Right there. Jeez. I hated getting those commissions where it's like, find the children, and they're playing hide and seek, and I could not find this one
Sorry
fecker.
to keep you waiting.
Jillian brought me up to speed on the situation.
Oh, you're the hat
I'm here to
man.
help however I can. Here.
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
the
a
script
different
draft.
hat man. You have the same hat as one of the critics. It's practically unreadable.
That's always the way with pen and paper drafts. Even the final script is full of last-minute changes by the director. There should be a cleaner copy of the original script in here somewhere. Sorry, it's all a bit mixed up. I just grabbed the whole stack of paper since I was in a rush.
Why weren't they organizedly filed earlier?
No problem. Now activating search mode. I'll go through one page at a time.
How many pages are there? We're gonna be here for a while. There's like 30 of them. Investigate note. Newspaper clippings, investigate. I need a 15. I need to get a 10 or higher. Okay, that's a 13. Succeeded in a check. Finally. Marooks' name does appear on some earlier clippings, but most of the articles bemoaning the lukewarm reception of the experimental art form in empty seats at Avant-Garde, so they weren't good. More recent years, many reports praising Muax have forward-thinking director, one of his greatest in the era. The article is written by a variety of authors from an eclectic range of field. Quarantine and Amory are the most prolific authors. Because that was nerd rich guy and the other one. Original script. Difference between the original and... if I pick this again, is it gonna be a 13? Okay, no, that's a 12. It switches every time. It's random. But I got 17. Act 4 seems to be a solo performance by the protagonist, and the set is just some decryptic ruins. The note says this will focus the audience's attention on the solo performer. Okay, how about the official script? Official script, read it. I need a 5. Pick that one again. 8 plus 5 is a 12! 13! Act 4, the protagonist loses its ability to dance due to wear and tear in her circuitry. Oh no! The hydraulics aren't working! The note is saying, some cursory movements to get to the point across will suffice. The audience's focus will be on the fancy set and the extras. So not really making her prominent. Manuscript. Investigate the manuscript. How about this one? Let's go. 22! The reason it's so hard to read is because it's been edited with corrections fluid multiple times. I estimate that each line was rewritten at least 3 times. Looks like Murox wasn't happy with his edits. Okay, he doesn't like his things. Old drafts. Older work. Skim through. Oh, I need to skim through. 12. Okay, the ending cards seem to be what I want. The old photos from recent years show fancy venues, polished sets, and the earlier photos were much humbler venues. The cast listings of the recent years, Murocs had collected with many famous celebrities, but their acting chops are disputed, while Maloney is listed as an investor. What did we learn from that?
The protagonist returns to the ruins where she began and performs a dance in honor of her deceased companions. She dances until her joints have rusted stiff and mechanical parts are falling from her body.
That's really sad!
Yep. That's not something a novice could hope to pull off after just a few months of rehearsals.
The basic plot is the same. She loses the ability to dance through the wear and tear of her circuitry, but there's much more emotion behind the scene. The memory of her former companions coming to peace with her life. The simplistic set, the solo performance means the lead actress had to carry the whole scene herself. It's a much more demanding role than in the final script.
Frankly, I think that the original script is much better, and the original lead is the best fit.
Yeah, it seems like it's why they change it.
Shall I go tell Mariu to put you back in the leading role?
What? Are you serious? But the next show is at the Opera Epiclese. It's such a huge opportunity.
And it's a huge opportunity to bring back the original plot.
But not such a rare one for me, though, right?
I perform magic there all the time.
That's different. This isn't you as part of a magic duo. It's a chance to star as the main character in a show. You'll reach whole new heights of fame.
Fame in small doses has its perks, but too much and I'll get overloaded.
Like Torbjorn!
But if you
He's gonna
play the
release
lead,
the molten
fame will be
core!
yours, and I get to be free. Sounds like a win-win, don't you think?
It'll never work. There's no way Director Mariu or Maloney would ever agree to it.
But why not? Why don't they
Actor
like
would need to
her?
change, as would all the marketing materials. And that would mean asking Maloney for a lot more Mora. Changing actors at the last
I'll
minute
pay
is
for it,
just
I got like
too risky.
50 million!
If anything went wrong, it could bankrupt the whole troupe. Plus, Maloney's friends have already published a ton of articles saying how this is the role that Lynette was born to play.
Because he paid
No one else
them
can
to
play the
say
protagonist
that!
now. If Lynette quit the show and I took her place,
None of the future articles would have any credibility.
if Lynette left, they'd sooner stop the whole show than let me take her place.
I suppose.
Stop the whole show? But all the people in the troupe, months and months of everyone's hard work would all be for nothing.
No wonder Marooks will say anything to keep Lynette on board. Contemplation. Okay, alright, I was so good on my rolls. It doesn't matter what card I pick. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Ayo, I picked the 14 anyway. Why can't I get that when we're trying to do nothing? Goodbye, I have an idea!
You do?
Mr. Krabs!
What is it?
I have an idea! All we need to do is this! You explain your idea to the group!
That's a bold plan. I'm in.
You know, it's a little crazy, but it might actually work.
I'm glad you're on board, dude!
No way. It's not worth taking such a huge risk just for a chance to be in the spotlight.
Go for it!
Jillian, you said before, whatever disappointment I had left, I wasn't about to take out on you. In other words, that disappointment is still there, but you've kept it bottled up inside. Be honest. You still hope to play the leading role, don't you?
Now this is your chance.
But the thought of putting so many people out just for my sake?
You think they'd be put out? That's not how I see it.
It just means that Hatman over here gets to be the director. Because he's been studying Marooks' work.
Jillian, you were more dedicated than anyone during the rehearsals for the original script. We all saw how hard you worked for this role. And I think you know that unless we decide to make a stand here, the path we're on is only going to take us further and further from our dreams, all of us. So take it from me, you would not be putting us out. Not one bit.
Now whether the plan succeeds is up to you.
Guys.
So you better join us, because the plan is gonna fail if you don't be in it.
Okay. Let's do it. I will play my part.
Exactly. Think of our plan as a play, like a
I knew you'd
warm-up.
come around. All right, I'll let the rest of the troupe know, and we'll start preparing immediately.
Yeah, go behind the director's backs!
Wonderful. This solves everything.
Wait, but what about the threat letter? Do you have any idea who sent it?
Oh yeah, it's probably Maruk's.
As long as we stick to the plan, I'll give up the lead role, so it won't matter anymore, right?
But surely you want to know who it's from. If they're out there and no one's keeping an eye on them, what if they come looking for you?
Well, she's strong. She can take him out.
I doubt they will. It's supposed to be a threat, but they didn't even say what would happen if I don't meet their demands. Plus, the handwriting is kinda childish. Doesn't look like a professional intimidator to me.
Ooh.
Who knows? Maybe it was just a fan of yours having a moment.
Like your sister.
A fan? Of me?
Maybe there's someone out there who really appreciates your talent. Even in the supporting roles.
Yeah, contemplate, who could it be? End cards for the win! I think it's Gillian! Gillian's Gina? What's her name? Was it Gina? Gillian's sister mentioned that Farina spoke highly of Lynette, but when could she have heard that? Exactly!
It's getting late. We should be leaving.
Huh, so suddenly?
Come on.
It's like, I know you figured it out, but don't tell her that her sister sent me a friend that threatening letter! Your faint sound of sobbing in the corner to leaving the tavern.
I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, you are, dumbass!
Sorry for manhandling you. You looked like you were seconds away from figuring out who sent the letter, so I had to act fast.
Was it Jillian's sister?
Nothing gets past you.
I figured it out with my big brain.
Just because a lady from
Yeah, I remember that.
Gina's always been a strong-willed child.
Farina hasn't released her official review of The Lost Puppy yet, which means Gina disobeyed her sister and secretly came to watch her work.
I guess she must have snuck into the drinks reception and overheard our conversation with Farina. She idolizes Jillian, both as an older sister and an actress. And she watched as the dream role Jillian had been waiting to play for so long got snatched away from her by some amateur who's never acted before. To make matters worse, all the critics were hailing this amateur as a perfect fit for the role, and even Fontaine's former biggest star was praising her abilities.
So she wrote that letter in a fit of anger.
And that pretty much sums it up.
Is she gonna confront her about it?
Like I said, getting angry at angsty teenagers is draining. Besides, if it was my younger brother or sister and they found out I'd been treated unfairly or had an opportunity stolen from me, they'd definitely do something far worse.
Oh, I can imagine! Someone might be dead.
Once. Back when Linny and I were starting out, before we got famous, we just had to take things a day at a time. Doing our shows, slowly trying to build up our reputation. So I can understand Gina's frustration. Still, she could definitely use some pro tips on how to write a threat letter.
No wonder she was so hostile towards you.
No, the way she looks at me is indignant, frustrated, but not malicious. Plus, she didn't even try to hide how she felt. Whoever was giving me that evil stare was backstage. Blending into the crowd at a drinks reception.
Oh, so it's a different person. There's multiple evil people in the stage.
Waiting to be called on stage would be a lot more difficult. We'll find out who it is before too long. In 2 days' time, at the next show.
2 days? I gotta change the time by 2 days. Okay. I guess the troupe has to prepare for the play. They gotta make sure all the things are set. Drop an anvil on the director. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, actually, yeah, now. Wait till 2 days later at 1600.
People here really need to get more sunlight.
But, I didn't put it on a 7. Whatever, it's fine. So can you believe this crazy weather we're having? It's like really warm. It's spring now, I guess. The bees are out. I hate bees. Riveting conversation we have. Go to the opera epiclase. Get the thing away from me. Where's the opera epiclase? Bro, if it says teleport to the opera epiclase, why can't it just teleport me in front of the building? Why gotta teleport me out like, get away from me. Feckin' pigeons. You're lucky I didn't have my burst. Hello, dog. Hello, man. Hello, lady. Hello, Melusine. Why are you just standing out in the open? That's so suspicious!
Oh, you're here. Lynette and Jillian are busy getting ready, so please come with me.
Shortly after following Jake into the opera house, Act 1, The Ruins.
That puppet in the middle, is that Lynette? She's so pretty.
Oh, I love that design. Why can't that just be a playable character?
It's starting. Keep your voice down.
The protagonist, a dancer, has been abandoned in some ruins. She suspects it's because of a health condition with her legs, which has affected her ability to dance. But then she finds the other abandoned puppets who look just like her. Only then does she realize her illness is just a mechanical breakdown, and she is just a dancing puppet.
Wow, I thought it would be hard to follow, but in the end it was actually very clear.
Even though her face was expressionless and she didn't speak the whole time, I felt like I could really understand how the protagonist
was it just
feeling.
her and they put the face on her to just make it not seem like, you know, I'm not expressing what I'm saying. I think it's Jillian underneath. Some mechanical puppets believe in the myth. At the end of the work, there is a god of puppets who can turn puppets into human beings. What is this, Pinocchio? And so the protagonist and her companions begin their quest. But the myth is a lie, spread by someone who, with nothing but contempt for puppet kind. How dare they! At the end of the journey, they are kidnapped, dismantled, and melted down and abused. Oh god! I don't remember this in FNAF. The protagonist helped her companions escape, but in the process became trapped under the rubble of the crumbling building. She closes her eyes and enters into a deep sleep.
Director Mariu really is a master of his craft. And so is the actress in the lead role.
I have a friend who saw the show on the opening day. They thought the critics overstated how good it was, but I gotta say, the protagonist is incredible.
Yeah, and guess who's underneath the mask? It's Jillian. Act 2 closes with thunderous applause.
I can't believe it's only been a few days since the last show. Lynette's improved so much. Just wow. I'm speechless. Words simply cannot do justice to the sheer excellence we witnessed from Lynette on stage today.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Your penchant for the hyperbolic strikes again, Almery. Clearly, you weren't at a loss for words when you were writing.
I don't care about their critiques. They're just like, oh, Lynette's great. My critiques are good. Yeah, you know something's up.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? The first half was a huge success. Even I could tell the acting was top tier.
My apologies, Mr. Maloney. Please excuse me for a second. I need to have a little talk with my actors.
Oh, he can tell. He can tell that this is like the original script.
Hey, while you're at it, this might be a good time to talk future collaborations with Lynette.
With Jillian.
Are you guys sure this is gonna work? What if Director Mariu pushes back?
Then we'll push him off the balcony. He'll die, and Hatman will take over as director. That's what we said.
We're already halfway there. We can't back out now. All we need to do is stick to the plan.
And we gotta stick it to the man and put him in this coffin behind me.
What is this plan that you're so intent on hiding from me,
The fact that Jillian's a great actor.
Director Mariu, I thought you were talking to Maloney and the critics.
Korantan and Armory have both finished their articles. I went to greet them as a mere formality, but you seem to have availed yourselves of my absence during the first half to defy me. What have you done?
What was right?
Was that really Lynette playing the lead role?
Well done, director. You saw right through it.
Ta-da!
Ray hears Lynette's voice behind him, beside her the protagonist without her mask and costume.
I was the one playing the lead role just now.
I switched costumes and masks with Jillian so that I could be the protagonist's companion and stay out of the limelight.
Lynette, why on earth would you do this?
Because the original script is better and you're being a little sussy bitch.
You know my acting is amateur. The only reason I'm being seen as a pro, let alone a pioneer, is because you have critics supporting the show.
But right now, there's a whole audience out there, and you have no hopes of paying them all off.
If they'd seen me in the leading role during the first half, they wouldn't be expecting anything more. But what happens now that they've seen Jillian in the role? If you force me to play the lead in the second half, they'll be wondering, why is the actress suddenly giving such an underwhelming performance right at the climax of the whole story?
Is it because she's not good enough for the role? Were the critics wrong? Or is the director not all cracked up as he's up to be?
These are just some of the questions that will be on everyone's minds during the second half. And those questions
they got
will
him
follow
good.
them out the doors of the theater after the show ends.
Do you think the critics will still have any credibility then?
There's only one way for you to save your reputation. And that's to keep Jillian as the lead all the way to the end.
Absolutely not. I'd sooner announce that we're having technical difficulties and need to stop the show.
Why? She's good at acting!
If I keep Jillian as the lead for the second half, what do you think will happen in the curtain call when she takes her mask off? Everyone will see that we've changed actors.
And why is that wrong?
What will your fans think? They're only here because of you. And what about all the critics who support you? If we get on the wrong side of them, it'll be the death of the whole show.
Well, we can kick you out of here.
There'd be tickets to refund, fines to pay for breach of contract.
What? Jillian's
The
not
whole trip
ugly.
would go down the drain.
She's a good actor. They wouldn't take back their refunds.
You can't just take a job on a whim, then abandon your responsibility the moment you don't feel like doing it anymore. You're playing games with other people's hopes and dreams.
No, that's what you're doing.
Director, marry you, please. You're not being fair to Lynette.
Actually, Jillian, he's half right. I did kind of take this on a whim. But my responsibility here is making sure you get back the role that belongs to you.
And I guess
Shaylin,
that
he's here.
responsibility lies with me, considering I badgered you into accepting the job.
Oh god, did you bring all your props? I guess you're in on the plan. Just showing up out of thin air.
Sorry I'm a little late to the show. Work's been keeping me pretty busy lately.
Lenny? What do you want? Do you think you can snap your fingers and make all my problems magically disappear?
Yeah, I can. Snap and he dissolves.
That might be a little tricky, but instead, I could make something else magically appear.
Your resignation.
What's this?
The threatening letter.
A draft complaint letter, my contract, your legal fees, reimbursement for the tickets, and an advance on the penalty fee for breach of contract. Mr. Mariu, I'm stepping down from the leading role, regardless of whether you choose to cancel the rest of today's show.
If you do suffer unforeseen financial losses from this, you're free to seek damages as per the contract. And if you want to file a lawsuit, there's a draft here that you can use if you need it.
What the... I can't believe this. You're literally handing me a lawsuit against you with a straight face.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Of course. All this Mora, it's a pittance to you, isn't it? Must be nice to have the luxury of prior success and fame.
I know we couldn't trust this guy. He looks old.
Look at us. We're huge stars. One minute we want to go on stage. The next
You're
we feel
making
like
this
backing out of the
problem
contract.
not
But
about
that's
what the
okay.
problem should
We're
be
famous.
about.
We
The
can
problem is you
afford
have
it.
some
You
beef
have
against
no respect
Jillian.
for other people's work. You're treating other
And you
people's
refuse
hopes
to
and
let her
dreams like a
work.
big joke.
Wait, what do you gain by getting Lynette to be the main role, huh?
You don't give a hoot how much this show means to other people.
I
You
do,
don't even
that's why
care
we're
that the whole
doing this for
production might have to
Jillian.
shut down because of you.
That's not true. I do care. And I'm under no illusion as to how much this show means to you.
Oh, brilliant deduction there. Of course it means a lot to me. This is my show. That's the only reason I asked you to be in it in the first place.
Nuh-uh, that's where the fly lies.
Really? Then why do your eyes tell a different story? The way you look at me, it's full of contempt.
Oh, he's the one that's making stank eyes at her from backstage.
Almost as if I've destroyed your work of art.
Oh, so it was Marox.
What? I would never think that.
Why not? We had to change the entire script to make the role fit Lynette.
A couple days ago, I asked some associates to do some digging for me. I was interested to know who else you invited to play the lead apart from Lynette.
Oh, now we get the tea spilled about why he hates Jillian.
Surprise, surprise. Turns out that all the other famous actresses you asked either had prior commitments or weren't a good fit for the role. They all turned you down.
And I would have turned you down too, if not for an unlikely set of coincidences.
You didn't send those invitations because you were looking for a better actress than Jillian, but because your investor wanted a big name in your show.
Ooh,
right?
And Jillian's not a big name because you won't let her shine.
Director Mariyu.
It's clear that Jillian is an outstanding actress, but Faye was the key factor. That was the one thing she didn't have.
To get Maloney on your side, you chose to make Jillian the understudy, and then look for an opportunity for her to take the lead.
But then Lynette actually accepted your invitation.
I bet you were torn at first, weren't you? Do you stick to the tried and tested formula? Choose Lynette, use her celebrity to get the critics on your side so that you and your investors can line your pockets?
Or do you choose Jillian, so that you and your longtime collaborator can stage the show of your dreams? The original, unedited version of The Lost Puppet.
Whether you did it because of the pressure from your investors or because you were lured by the money, it's unacceptable! You betrayed yourself by choosing Lynette.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't betray myself.
Yeah, you did! We laid out our evidence!
You mentioned prior success and fame earlier, but you're a well-known director yourself, with countless works to your name. Wouldn't that make you successful too? Or maybe, deep down, none of your current achievements really count as success to you.
Oh, he thinks he's a failure. You know my secrets.
Right now, you have an opportunity to send Jillian onto that stage and perform the second half as you always imagined it, faithful to your original script. Your work would be displayed for all of Fontaine to see in its true, perfect form.
Yeah, that would really get your ball rolling. You got your fame kicked off with the good play version. But if you send Lynette out there, then it's gonna be shitty.
Did you say perfect?
Will you keep pursuing this kind of success that you don't even value?
Or will you act now before Maloney and the critics can protest and make your dream come true?
Yeah, we really set him up good. We set him up into a good situation for his dream to prosper. Fuck them critics.
The whole troop?
Director Mariyu? Actually, most of the money Linny brought came from us. We all chipped in.
We've worked with you for many years now. Your troupe has been here for you all the way from the empty theaters where we first performed to the Opera House today.
He kind of sounds a little bit like Timaeus, but just a little bit. It's not as recognizable as the other Timaeus NPCs. He sounds a little bit.
Powerful connections, drinks receptions, backdoor deals with critics, and collaborations based on fame instead of talent.
That ain't right!
But this is just a temporary measure.
No, because once you step into that popsicle, it's gonna melt you down and you'll be left with a stick. A gross, soggy stick.
Everyone else is doing it.
Yes, we know. Back when you started, you had to bite the bullet and do these things to keep the troupe afloat.
But now we have money.
But then what happened? You began to embrace these methods more and more, becoming so reliant on them that every show you put out is overhyped by the media, and every script you write is edited to suit some celebrity's needs. Surely you must have noticed what's happening. While we've been performing at bigger and bigger theaters with each show, the applause is getting quieter and quieter each night, and the criticism from people who've seen the show is growing. Maloney's friends are sycophants. They don't care if the audience is disappointed because the show doesn't live up to their glowing reviews. They praise the things they like and skirt around the things they don't.
Look, I know everyone's using the same promotional tactics, but does that really make it okay?
Your troupe can break away from those practices and just be legit.
Well, it's just a stopgap solution. As soon as I've made enough Mora, I'll stop.
Take the chance, buddy!
It'll be different next time.
Next time, huh? Yeah. Next time, you won't use your connections. Next time, you won't pay off the critics. Next time, you'll let Julian play the lead.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you make some money once, you'll want to do it again. Then again,
it's like gambling.
Slowly but surely, you turn your back on your dreams.
You roll you do a 10 pull, you get some shit, you do another one, you lose the 50-50, then you go around the block again.
Any longer, Director Maryu. Never again.
I'm the lead role now. Yeah.
Me neither.
This troupe only has like 4 people. Persuasion! Today's the day! It's time to live your dreams! Oh god, I have Lenny's support is 8. Why is his 8? I guess because we like him better. Ayo, 13 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3? Damn.
I had dreams too.
Well, too bad. Act 3, amidst the rubble! An unknown period of time elapsed before a group of mechanical puppets finally cleared the rubble, freed the protagonist, and reactivated her. They told her, "You have been buried here for thousands of years. The mechanical puppets now rule the world." It turned out that the puppets who had started the uprising were none other than the protagonist's companions, whom she had rescued all those years ago. The protagonist is now revered as a hero by all puppet kind. The mechanical puppets ask the protagonist what she wishes for, but she only wishes for one thing: to dance!
Huh. The plot here seems a little different from what the reviews said.
Well, it's back to the OG script.
The protagonist wanted to return to the stage, so the puppets replaced all her parts with the latest ones available, built her a grand opera house, and summoned a huge audience.
And in the end, she forgot herself amidst the applause and cheers of her fellow puppets.
Hey, no spoilers! Huh? Wait, hang on, that's not even what's happening. The set has changed back to the one from the first act.
Good, he took the deal.
Oh, Archons, please let this work out.
No need to be so nervous.
It's gonna work, and if it doesn't, we'll blow up everyone in the audience.
We quitting the show to get you to make a decision. We wanted you to believe that this show would have to end after today, no matter what you decided. But in truth, I believe that if we choose our words carefully, there's no reason we can't get Maloney to come around and keep the show going.
True. Lenny's putting his experience at fooling people to work.
You really thought this plan
Great at that.
But I'm not upset about what you've done.
You better not be. We did this for you.
What's worrying me now isn't
And
how
for Jillian,
Maloney will
and for your
react,
troupe.
whether the show will get cancelled. It's the audience.
The audience is the best
I've
critic.
always thought the original script
Except
is
they're all
better,
just
but
sitting there
they moved them
looking
like I've always
pedestrian.
When Jillian does her curtain call, will they applaud her?
Of course they will. They might be, "Oh, that's not Lynette," but then appraise her for all the hard work she's done.
What if people only came to see the show for Lynette? And because of the reviews, what if they don't really care about the show at all?
Well, there's gonna be some people like that, but if they like the play, they're gonna like the damn play.
It feels like I've been hiding inside my safe little castle for too long. And now I'm scared to go outside the walls and hear what people really think.
I don't know what to say to you,
We're
buddy.
right here with you. We'll watch it to the end.
We'll watch the audience get their pitchforks and torches. Act 4 amidst the ruins. Original script. The protagonist rejects the other puppets' offer of new parts in a grand stage built in her honor. Her only wish is to see her companions again, but she is told that they gave their lives for the revolution. Their bodies lie buried in the ruins where they first met. The protagonist returns to the ruins alone, to where her journey first began. She performs one last dance before the graves of her companions. Her circuitry burns out, her parts become loose and fall from her body, but she keeps dancing until her body completely shuts down. It takes her thousands of years, but at last she's finally found a reason for dancing. God.
Wow. Okay, this ending is much better.
No, they loved it.
I love how they brought back the set from Act 1 and gave it a whole new meaning. What a fantastic twist.
Time for the curtain call. It's the moment of truth. The applause continue after I take off the mask.
They're already applauding and they're not gonna stop.
I could always leave my mask on. No one would ever know.
Nope. The point of it is to take it off. Say, look, she's clapping, she's cheering, that guy's confused. Yeah, Farina! Yeah, I guess Farina's clapping, we'll cheer too. God, they're in sync.
This is what fame looks like, when it's truly deserved.
Yeah. God, those books loaded in. It worked, Marox. You did it. You don't have to rely on stinky investors that just say whatever.
Final solo dance. Well, so are you.
Damn, everyone be crying in the club.
Really? I was so nervous. My legs felt like they turned to jelly.
Well, that's good because your legs were supposed to fall off when you died.
What looked like an actor unsteady on her feet was in fact a poignant expression of the protagonist's frailty in her last moments. Or whatever.
Oh no, I can't take any more of that. I'm gonna cry. Cry, man.
Hey, Mario! What the heck was that? Why wasn't Lynette playing the lead?
Because she's bad.
Our articles are already going to press. You better have a good explanation for this.
Well, they don't need your critiques to rely on no more.
It was my...
Hey now, it was all of our...
Hold on.
I'm in charge here.
The decision was mine, and mine alone. They had nothing to do with it. If you have any concerns, gentlemen, then please direct them to me.
Wow, he's taking responsibility for his actions. That's how you know he feels guilty.
Well then, I trust you'll have no objection to me pulling the plug on this production.
Well, the audience will. Time for Act 5!
Director Mariu, Mr. Maloney, what on earth is going on? Why was Lynette not in the lead role? It took a lot of convincing from me for her to accept the role, and I had to turn down some big work opportunities to come and watch her performance today. You have some explaining to do.
Lenny, it was all his idea. Mariu, explain yourself.
No, this is all part of his master plan to manipulate them into, I don't know, not pulling the plug.
Wait, Blinny, as a matter of fact, this was a piece of performance art.
Oh, now they're gonna schmooze and sell the performance.
In this play, the masks and costumes serve to obscure the differences between characters, and by extension, the difference between human and machine. We took that idea to the next level with an actor swap, blurring the lines between one performer and the next. So it's in service of the ambitious artistic goals of the production.
Ooh.
What?
It's all for art. It's avant-garde. Eat that shit up. Eat it off the floor.
To the audience in a magic show. We employed this technique as a means of breaking the fourth wall. It allows the audience to more intuitively understand the cognitive dissonance felt by the protagonist as a machine trying to reconcile the notion of her humanity. The audience's experience mirrors the protagonist's own confusion and becomes part of the artistic performance itself.
Hold up. What is this nonsense?
It's avant-garde! You wouldn't get it! You're not a real artist!
Oh, I see. Well, bravo, Director Mariu. You even had me fooled.
That's probably more because you just don't really understand avant-garde art very well, Lenny.
Maybe so, maybe so. Well, perhaps it went over my head, but I'm sure our experts here saw the whole thing coming a mile away.
Yeah, because they should know what avant-garde is. Uh-huh. What is it gonna say about that?
You must have worked it out by the end of the first half, surely. Mr. Amory, I just heard that you managed to write your review after just the first 2 acts.
I'm sure that there'll be help with director Mucinex by future setting audiences up for a surprise at the twist's end.
Yes, you're right.
Am I? I don't know what I even said.
Old friends. You should have said something. Then I could have played along even better.
Uh-huh.
Yes, well, to deceive the audience, you must first deceive your closest companions. I have to give credit to Lynette and her experience in performing magic. That's what inspired me to take my art to the next level.
Hmm? You mean your show was partly inspired by Lynette's background in magic? Well, in that case, I'll have to plug it to everyone I know.
Oh, now we get the sales tactic.
Unfortunately, I think Mr. Maloney is going to cancel the show.
Yeah, this is such a
Cancel
shame.
the show? Mr. Maloney, is this true?
Can it really be true? He just said it.
While I accept that deceiving the audience in the manner you did certainly has artistic merit, this is not a magic show, and we don't want our audience demanding their money back.
Did you not hear them all clapping? They loved it.
A very valid criticism, and one that I humbly accept. If that happens, we're prepared to reimburse and apologize to any audience members who weren't satisfied with the experience.
But based on their reactions today, I think that's what most people want to see. It's the excellent piece of theater, not celebrity cameos.
Plus, it looks like Jillian is better than me at delivering the excellence people want to see. I'm sure audiences will be very happy with the show if she's allowed to stay in the leading role.
Wouldn't you say Jillian was the performance of a lifetime?
Maloney, I believe there should still be time to tweak my article. From the look on Lynette's face, I think she's being sincere.
Yeah, y'all were deceived by us.
One other thing. We managed to get a meeting with Lady Farina earlier. All thanks to the Traveler's reputation, of course. Anyway, she agreed to write a review focusing on Jillian's performance and the quality of the show as a whole. She promised to give her honest opinion. And I'm sure today's audience will be discussing her performance too. There's sure to be a variety of opinions.
Well, what about you, Mr. Quarantine?
Oh, I mean...
Art is fine,
clearly.
yes, I love art. Avant-garde, blah blah. I'm gonna rewrite my critique. Yeah, get out of here, bitch.
Of course. Always good to put some thought into these things. Especially now, with a growing range of voices out there.
That's called cheering!
I imagine competition for readers becomes more fierce when everyone's discussing the topic.
Quarantine, Amory, let's go.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm tired of looking at you with your stupid hair. It looks like a wig. And sour-faced Milani leaves. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. Hey, Mucinex.
Thank you both so much. Without the two of you, who knows how much further
You're
down that
welcome.
cynical path. I always told myself that once I'd made enough Mora, I'd
You
get
lost
back to
sight of
doing
your
what-
money.
Just like those
At least you
critics with
came to
their
your senses.
Disney, right?
You got talented people in your entourage.
Anyway, enough about my problems. What are we going to do about the threat letter that Lynette received?
I don't know.
I've been looking into it a lot over the past couple of days, but it doesn't seem like it was one of our competitors after all.
No, it was me, actually. I wrote it myself.
Yes, about that.
Oh, what? Did you get, like, somebody you knew to do it for you?
Lynette, do you have a moment?
Oh, whoa. Oh, wait, yeah, it was Gina that did that. I'm stupid. I forgot that they deduced that.
Wait, you're Jillian's sister, right?
I'm sorry. Gina insisted on coming to see Lynette. I couldn't stop her.
Lynette, I'm sorry!
You better be, you're a little bitch! Yeah, Lynette just shot me a glance. I think she's unsure which mode to use in this situation. I'll do a performance check of 6. Like, there's no way I can fail of 6.
Yeah, me neither.
Wait, but...
Oh, do you mean when we ran into you at the Fleuve Sandra? And you said some mean things to me? As I recall, you were only trying to look out for your sister. It was just a few words spoken in anger. Don't worry. Whatever it was you said, I've already forgotten.
Oh. I see.
We're not even going to discuss that. We're not going to rat her out.
Well, it sounds like Gina knows what she did was wrong. Owning up to your mistakes and committing to do better in the future is what counts.
Yeah, this guy turned around. Now he's like sunshine and rainbows, positivity, owning up to your mistakes, take responsibility.
I understand that feeling of wanting to stand up for your family when they're being mistreated. Really, I do. But next time, maybe consider a different tactic? Something you can pull off more effectively, and without arousing suspicion.
Alright, that's what I'm thinking.
Thank you.
We're gonna train this girl to be like a top 10 assassin.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something here?
No!
Hey, here you are. I was wondering where you'd all run
We're
off to.
in the corner! You were standing at the end of the hall!
Great! Everyone's in one place. That makes this so
Do you
much
want
easier.
a picture? What's up?
What do you think? It's group photo time. We have to commemorate the debut of the Lost Puppet Director's Edition.
Oh, it's gonna be a nicer picture that
everyone,
maybe we can all
have
actually
pretty
see.
awkward smiles on our faces in the photo from Hotel de Boer, so this time, no forced smiles allowed.
No.
Oh. Am I really not allowed to force a smile?
Is smiling tough for you?
I'll try, I suppose. I think I can manage.
Me when I have to think about smiling.
Come on, you two should be right in the middle.
I wasn't in the play.
3, 2, 1, smile!
Can I see it? I'm clicking. Oh, there it is. Oh, we're the reason she's smiling. She's looking at us. That guy's winking. Why is Gina in here? All right. What else is there? What other option is there to get a different feckin' thing?
Thank you both so much.
Is it just letting things play out? I guess so.
That letter? I was the one who wrote it.
I know it!
What?
Why would you do that?
Gina? So it was you?
Director, it's time for... Oh.
No, now the picture's just gonna be them fighting.
I think we came at a bad time.
Lynette, Gina must have been worried sick about me. I'm sure even she wouldn't do something so stupid if she was in her right mind. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you somehow.
No, it's gonna turn to a social mess.
Jillian, no! This is completely my fault, and I'm the one who should have to bear the consequences. I got the wrong end of the stick and completely misjudged Lynette.
Should we hear what Lynette has to say?
Well, since I haven't actually suffered any losses, seeking redress could be difficult.
I don't know what that means.
Maybe we could just let this one slide?
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, she's over it.
After all, Gina wouldn't be the first person to ever misjudge me, right?
Yeah, I definitely misjudged you. Your acting skills were terrible.
In any case, I think we can all agree it was a misunderstanding and nothing more. No need to overcomplicate things.
But still, I was wrong to write that letter. I should own up to my actions. Make it up to you in some
Kids
way.
at this age are really stubborn. Just give her what she wants.
If that's what you really want, then how about helping out backstage?
Lift this anvil for me.
Huh? backstage?
Oh, giving her like an opportunity to be backstage to watch her sister
The
perform.
crew could always use an extra hand. Plus, it'll give your older sister a chance to keep an eye on you and stop you getting into any more trouble.
Thank you, Lynette. Really.
I guess Lynette has the power to just hire people for the troupe. A whirlwind of events is finally resolved a day later. I guess she took a nap for a day. You're finally awake!
Is it? I'm so much more at home here in the audience. I get to sit on a comfy seat, and I don't have to activate my energy-consuming modes all the time.
It sounds like Gina got more than she bargained for on that backstage job. You gave her your supporting role in the play too. Oh, it's so sweet!
Mary said she's a very promising young actress, and she has natural chemistry with her older sister. In their capable hands, the show doesn't need me to attract an audience anymore.
Well, we all get what we want.
Freedom at last.
You don't feel even a little disappointed?
Fame is more trouble than it's worth. I'd rather leave that side of things to my brother and the others. I'm happiest when I get to sit in a quiet place, watch them do their thing, and cheer them on.
Like you're doing now?
Yep, exactly like I'm doing now.
I'm standing next to you. Now I'm watching the audience. I'm watching you. No. That was cute. Now I just have to get to that ending. Oh god, she dissolved. Oh, there's nobody at the play. We need to get the last ending. I'm not leaving until we do. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna reset the rolls. But I hope my lucky string of rolls continues on to here. Now I've found the strategy of just picking the end cards. Those are where my luckiest points are at. And if that fails me, I don't know how else I can predict which cards are correct. I gotta skip through this.
Like that.
Neither.
Huh?
Neither. We pick neither.
Is that really?
Yeah, it's fine. Persuasion. We pick right or left, right or left. I feel it left. Should have picked right.
Besides.
Oh, no!
Alright.
Oh, I shouldn't have picked that. Oh, why do I get 11 now? Oh, I couldn't get it before. Fine, fine. No, I have to skip. Skip it. I got to cancel the event and that. I gotta go back in there. Oh, give me that. No, not Chiori's. We are not getting to her stuff today. Oh, no. Get back here, Lynette. I'm not done with you. I have unfinished business. I need to get a 10. How about neither? Whatever.
Is that really?
Yeah. Persuasion check. This one. Yes! Okay, finally. What? That took like 4 attempts.
You make a good point.
We could just stick around here for a while.
Okay, well, assuming Bonnie hasn't strayed too far from where she went missing, there's a chance we might bump into her owner in either the Steambird offices or the restaurant. So, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, that suits me.
Get me going into standby mode.
Oh, good idea.
Can we find some cat
Bonnie's
food?
definitely hungry.
Should we get some snacks for us too?
May as well. We could be here a while.
Let's find a place to chill.
When I was trying to find somewhere I could space out earlier, collect my thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just like space out, not think about anything in particular. Just a void of nothingness.
Alright then.
Then my is still streaming. I'm almost done. I have one more ending left.
Standby mode.
And I kept rolling bad, so I couldn't get it, but now I finally got it. Welcome back. Okay, we did it. I got the ending. Yippee! Oh, I can claim it. I knew it was gonna be a short one. I just need to make the roll. Okay. No, we're not doing you tonight, Shiori, no. I'll change my title in post. Well, on that note, we've got all the endings to Lynette's Hangout. I don't think I got all the achievements, did I? I don't think I did. Let me check. Oops, not that. There should be 3 achievements. Okay, we got all 3 of them, so that's good. I don't have to go back through them and figure out which one I'm missing. And I know there's 3 because I've looked. I have a website where I can document all my achievements.
There's something in the air. Something.
Oh, we can't even see Hazel back there. I think that's just a good place to end it, not knowing who's behind that pole. Oh yes, we have completed Lynette's Hangout. I liked it. I liked it. I like the card stuff. I always like the Hangouts more than like the character story quests. I have 900 achievements. That's a lot. I forgot to look how many I had, but I'm sure it's over 1,100. I get achievements. I've always loved achievement hunting, trying to get everything I possibly can. Have a good night. Oh, thank you, you too. Thank you for stopping by again at the end. I appreciate it.
Huh.
So with that, we'll definitely be ending for today. I will be back Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What are we gonna do? Probably Chiori's Hangout event. Maybe something else, who knows? But right now, I'm really thinking Chiori's Hangout or Story Quest, whatever the feck it is. I'm tired. I gotta get out of here. So thank you to everyone who came to watch, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!